All right, testing 1 2 test 1 2 test. Want to get this up? Get this up. Ah, I need a plug-in. That's why. Ah, here we go. All right, so
I assume it's Texas A&M. That's Texas A&M, right? Or is that Yeah, it is. Is it? Yeah. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I'm not that familiar with the school system. Yeah. Yeah, take as many timeouts as you can. We might just have to go right into it. Let me know.
all right. We're testing 1 2 test 1 2. There we go. We got it. Okay. Out to get set here with introductions here on senior night. So I'm going to be away from the microphone. You guys, try your best to make sure we're all good. But Bowie Bulldogs.
Yes, sir.
Big week here to get started with a new season. Really, right after last week.
Yeah, yep. I think everybody's ready to put last week behind and learn what we have to learn to get to the next step. Mike Youngblood, Mike Biesecker, Bobby Jones, the dream team, back here again here for Lake Travis here for senior night, getting everything situated here on the floor, and I'm going to try to go spit this as best as I can to honor all these great kids and seniors. And I really hope to keep my composure because they've been such a great group that this is unbelievable. It's our last game, so we're going to take it here, get ready. I don't want to keep these guys waiting any longer.
Sure, go ahead, Mike.
Mike, you are the man. You got it.
All right. Yeah, so six seniors tonight. This is Coach Boren's first graduating class that she had for all 4 years. So it's an exciting night tonight for her and for these seniors. We just finished a JV game, JV 1 and 2. And the seniors are gathering right now with their parents, and we'll start some special announcements here from Mike Youngblood.
Come by and say hi. Come by and say hi later.
I will. Okay.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I was just saying, Bobby, that it's an exciting night for Coach Boren. This is her first senior class that she's had for 4 years, right? So these girls have been in the program with her since they were freshmen.
This is big.
So it's a big night for the program, and I tell you, I don't think, these 6 seniors have carried, the vision of this program and the culture, I think, to a T of what Coach Boren wanted, both on the court and off the court, and
I agree.
And in the classroom. So
I agree.
Exciting night for them, and I know you work with a lot of these girls as well in their training, so it's probably a big night for you as well, Coach.
Yeah, our season is in the spring, but the reason that I was so passionate about doing this job here was to get to see them in their own element. And Lake Travis holds a special place in my heart, and obviously working with a group of kids next year will actually be my first senior class of girls that graduate out of here.
That's exciting.
So looking at the kids, it became real. Senior year volleyball is it's an immensely emotional time, but it's very real that this season has come to a close, as fantastic as the run has been. Moving into Christmas time, it's just it's amazing to watch the girls transition back into beach. back into club, back into off season, whatever it is that they do. But man, I'm really ready to give a lot of praise and just a lot of honor to these kids tonight, man. They deserve it.
Yeah, it's a special time. I mean, it's this is a transition year for them as they go to college and off to many of them to continue their athletic career and start to think about what they're going to do as adults. So it's exciting. I'm sure we all remember our senior nights in different sports, and for you, being back here, you're alumnus of the Great Lake Travis School District, and it's an exciting time now. As we look at the rest of the season, we had a little bit of an emotional night last Tuesday night in this gym. We had Dig for the Cure. That's always a big thing. And Coach mentioned after that Hayes match that they were a little emotional. So, this group, the biggest thing for me we talked about at the end of last week is let's send these seniors out on the right way. And they've worked so hard. Get a win here tonight on senior night. Start to make a run for that playoff run, and then let's catch some fire in the playoffs and send these seniors out the right way. They've taken a little step forward for this program this year, I believe. Even if the district title is at arm's length. Okay, we're kicking off the introductions here for the seniors right now.
Big Mike.
All right, before we get started, I want to say it's been a great honor to be in this gym, to broadcast this group for the 4 years that we've had them. You guys are all awesome. We appreciate your support, and it's been a total blast, and it's rolling. So, tonight is a special night honoring 8 incredible people who have devoted their high school career to volleyball. We feel so blessed to have coached each and every one of you this year. Thank you for all your leadership, hard work, and commitment the last 4 years. You've been great role models for all the underclassmen, and your legacy will be felt for many years to come. We wish you the best of luck in college, and remember to keep your energy high and always be the positive dog. We love you, the LT volleyball coach and staff. This is going to be really difficult, so bear with me on this. All right, let's start with number 1, Cassidy Erie.
Woo! Woo-hoo!
College is considering Texas A&M, University of Tampa, or University of San Diego. Major potentially in nursing. Awards: 3-year letterman, 2017 First Team All-District, 2017 LT Defensive Player of the Year. Organizations: FCA, NHS, our leader, LTYA coach, and some of our favorite LT volleyball memories: going to Fairland and in the room with Stella, Abby, and Sid, had the most fun time and accidentally flooding our hotel room. Alright, have fun, and the words of wisdom: have fun and don't take anything for granted. The people you meet in this program end up to be some of your lifelong friends, and your time with them will come to an end before you know it, so make the most of it while you can. As data, career stats, 240 kills, 240 sets, 289 kills, a hitting percentage of 226, 41 solo trips to Block City, 188 total blocks, and 24 aces. Pretty good, guys. All right, next Savannah Arredondo.
Savannah.
There's Savannah Arredondo, siblings Christina and Logan. Considered Texas A&M of Baylor with a major in kinesiology, physical therapy, towards the LT volleyball fighting hardcore, 1-year letterman organization, support of the LTYA coach, NHS, and Cal for Camo. Favorite LT volleyball member, Fairland room, and meeting Westlake for you guys here on the flood ground. So, words of wisdom: you learn so much more than volleyball being a part of the program. Your coaches and teammates will teach you so many life lessons. Embrace your love for the sport, the time you have being a part of the LTVD family, because 4 years will go by so fast. Wow, so good. Career hitting percentage at LT, 2111. 111. And Arredondo. We got number 5, Christian Playmeyer. There's Alan and Jamie Playmeyer, siblings going to Houston Baptist University next year, major in psychology. Awards 2017 First Team All-District, 2017 LT Offensive MVP, Academic All-District, 4-year letterman, organizations SCA, NHS, LTYA coach, our Divas mentor, Sunday school teacher. Favorite LT volleyball memory, last year's 4-set win against Vanderbilt to start off as a great match. And words of wisdom, make every touch in practice meaningful. Don't come out of the practice or game with any regrets. Give all you have, and that's all you can do. Career stats, played at 299 sets, 761 kills, hitting percentage of 183, total blocks of 86, 994 digs, and 83 aces. It's a heck of a career. So a lot more to go. All right, number 7, Kelsey Cohen.
Kelsey.
Parents Heather and Randy, siblings Ashley, Alec, and Derek. Considering college for USC or University of Texas, major in business. Awards, academic all-district, fighting art, organizations, NHS, LTYA coach, Hammer. And favorite LT volleyball memory, Diddy Westland. That's one of my favorites. Absolutely one of my favorites. Words of wisdom, enjoy the time you have playing because it won't last forever. Your teammates become your family and your lifelong friends. Kelsey, career stats, 144 sets played, 4.7 digs per set, 683 total digs in 19 aces. That's a niche of that one. Wow. The Slayer, Sasha Rudin. Parents, Dan and Angela, siblings, Lucas, Providence College, major in biology, 3-year letterman, 2017 to 2016 academic all-district, organizations SCA, NHS, LTYA coach, Casper Camo, and we played musical, favorite LT volleyball member, we played musical chairs for Fairland, Coach Corn, Battle, Abby, and Taylor. Who won that, by the way? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can totally believe that. So words of wisdom, time flies before you know it. If you're done with your high school career, looking back on the good and bad memories, in the end, reminisce about the good and are thankful for the bad because really those tough moments make you better. 100%. Career stats, 180 sets played, 236 kills, 288 hitting percentage, 21 trips to blocks, 78 total blocks, and 133 total blocks. All right, Madison Williams, number 18.
Howdy.
Parents David Charlene Williams, siblings Lindy Austin and Travis. College from Utah State University, the Aggies. Major creative writing and Greek dental. Awards, the Fighting Heart Award, Academic All-District, Honorable All-Mention, All-District, Maryland 2018 All-Tournament Team, 3-year letterman, organization, PALS, NHS, EP Club, Oral Class Pros, and our favorite LT volleyball member. We're having a really serious practice in the off-season and sitting volunteers to pass high free balls and yells, got him! The ball rolled off the back of her hand. You know, right? Exact other side. Something like that. Anyway, words of wisdom, don't compare your life to others. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine one for the time. Be yourself no matter what. Don't let anyone or anything change who you are. Even though it's cliche, you're perfect just the way you are. That's doubt. Why is all this? Career sets played, 234, 393 kills, 144 total blocks, 128 digs. Good job. We have Katie Corsick here, parents Katie and Kelly, siblings Darren and Emily, college going to University of Texas, major in engineering, was a 4-year varsity rider, 2015 junior beach volleyball national champion, organization PALS, NHS, SDS, Students Command Action, Student Council, favorite LT volleyball member, joined the 3rd round of the playoffs in freshman year. Hey. And Matthew Gomez, parent back wisdom, have fun, and always support your teammates. Organization, Beach Club, NHS, LTHS Swim, and Beach Club. Favorite LT volleyball memory. Winning against Westlake. At home. All right, so we will have Zach Rose, junior choir, Since tonight is senior night, we'd like to take a moment and recognize seniors from Bowie High School. Number 4, Tara Clemens. Number 5, Kate Alvin. My name is Ron, I apologize. Number 8, Mel Dobson. Number 9, Kristen Ham. Number 12, Emily Swift. And number 16, Jenny McCarty. And number 24, Victoria Carr. The manager, Grace Landry.
All right, let's warm up.
Wow, Bobby, that was awesome. Six great seniors there. Yeah, it's got to be an exciting night for Coach Bourne to see them grow up over the last 4 years. Yeah, and our own Mike Youngblood did a great job as well.
Big time.
I had my buddy's wedding this weekend, and we had the moment for the toast, and I just like, give me that microphone. And the minister came up to me afterwards. It's like, I was taking notes on that, like he crushed every word. I'm like, I think I'm gonna be ready for Tuesday. So, but enough about me. I mean, I got the opportunity to do it last year, and it's cool to have that moment on the floor because, I mean, this isn't my night by any means, but to be a part of that in that sense, to give a proper send-off to these kids who've just been unbelievable for this class. It's,
Absolutely.
Try to just do it justice for them and for this team and this program. So I'm happy you guys are both here. We've got the dream team in the house. Let me check with my QA and producer Les Clary, making sure we're all good. So,
well, I got to tell you, 994 kills for Kristen Claymire in her career as an outside hitter. That's amazing.
Yeah, Diggs, actually.
Diggs, I'm sorry.
We're still that. I mean, she feels like she's had about 1,000.
She's close to 1,000 kills as well, but Diggs, yeah, that's a ton for an outside hitter.
Yeah, I mean, she's always had that ability to play all the way around. And I can remember the first time I ever really got to see her play because freshman year was kind of a blur as that was my first year, so that just... I didn't have a lot of memories of JV kids, so I saw her play against Bowie, and I'm like, who is this scrawny, smart kid out there? And, she just got better and better and better and better and rounded out her game so well that to a terror to probably play against in the sand. And I hope I never have to, at least not for a few months till Bobby gets me fixed. But okay, we're taking on the Bowie Bulldogs tonight. Tears, hugs, a few laughs all around. Well, we've got to get to business here. We had a tough week last week.
And
I don't know what you guys talked about previewing up in this game, but I think we're ready for the reboot. We're ready for the next step to. So I felt like there was so much pressure to try to take this that the way I think maybe the kids just needed a little bit of that off their back to play with the kind of looseness and freeness that they have played at times this year. So. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I think, well, for me, we talked about it. Last year after that heartbreaking loss at Westlake, the team came out and lost the next 2 out of 3 in district and then lost the first round of the playoffs. So
right.
If I'm a senior right now, I'm going to say, we're not going to let that happen again, right? We're not going to let that match define our season. We're at home tonight, senior night, against a well-coached team. Miguel is a very good coach.
Yep.
What I'm finding this second round of district, especially, the top 4 teams in the district, they're making adjustments. I looked at the stats from the Westlake game, and that Margaret Newton, we were calling her name all night. She had 29 digs, 7.3 digs per set, and she was not the libero the first time we played. So I expect Miguel and Bowie to come out here with a little bit different game plan against us, and we're going to need to make those adjustments. And for me, I'd like to see the seniors go out with a win, but more importantly, let's get some momentum heading into the playoffs. I still believe this team is talented enough and deep enough to make a good run in this playoffs, and you get pretty deep in the playoffs, and there's a lot of pressure on both sides. Anything can happen, Bobby. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, well, real life. You guys saw the Westlake match. It was the toughest team that we've played all year, all season. Westlake was well coached. They were well prepared.
They played well.
Margaret Newton had an amazing night, and I'm going to be honest with you. The Lake Travis Cavaliers did not look as fresh as they had in past matches, okay? Whether that was a big testing week, a big school week, academic-wise, if that was ACL Fest, if that was whatever it was, long season, Mike, to steal your word, we've got to reboot, and we've got to hit the ground running tonight. We're going to come out hot and heavy. We cannot be afraid to establish our hitting game, and we definitely cannot get tentative when things get tight.
Yeah, like you said, it's not that any single one of those things may have caused a letdown. It's the accumulation of playing 42 matches over a season, a bunch of tournaments. You've really grinded your way through it, and then you have homecoming. You've got all the distractions out there that I think can get to anybody. Yeah, we've got that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think, Mike, as I went back and looked at the stats as well, one of my keys is always the team hitting over 200%. That's kind of the Mendoza line. We're 22-1 when we do that. We hit 143, so we were below where we needed to be there. But I got to give Westlake credit. Katie Hashman, Casey Campbell, and Zurich, they hit at a very high level compared to how they hit the prior match. So they kind of went out and grabbed that match, and that's what I want to see Lake Travis. To your point, Bobby, that's what I want to see us do, is come out here and take control of this match. And, let's get on some runs, and then let's extend leads.
I shot a message over to Coach Laricente after that. Like, you guys played really well. Like,
they did.
It was really tough to be disappointed, even though we did not win that one. But, they played exceptional, and they were a little bit hungrier. And I think, we were trying to find a way to match that energy. And sometimes you can, and sometimes you can't. And, this team's going to try to find a way to manufacture that continually. And I think they're smart enough and competitive enough to figure that out.
Exactly. And to Lake Travis's credit, that first match when we were here at home.
Let's turn you up a little bit. I got.
Yeah, go ahead, Bobby. What was that?
Sorry about that.
You guys.
Can you hear me?
I can hear it better now.
Now I can hear. Yeah.
All right. So to Lake Travis's credit, the first time that we were here in the gym, they neutralized Casey Campbell. They neutralized number 10. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name.
Katie Hashman or no?
Jada.
Oh, Burkle.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just did an above-average job of neutralizing those hitters. We were able to make super elite hitters look average in our gym.
Yep,
right?
That's true.
So. I know I underestimated the amount of juice that they were going to have coming out in their own gym in front of a packed crowd.
Yeah, and I think you guys call this Block City, right, in the Cav Dome, and I saw they outblocked us. They outblocked us I think by nine blocks at Westlake. So they kind of turned the table a little bit. They outdug us. They outblocked us. Our hitting got a little tentative. Theirs got more aggressive as the match went on.
Yep.
These are all lessons we can take into the playoffs, though, and certainly tonight against a well-coached Bowie team that has a pretty good tradition in volleyball themselves.
Right. They're
fighting between third and fourth spot in the district.
Exactly.
So they still have something to fight for. They want to try to get a little easier path for themselves in the playoffs.
Absolutely. And Mike, to that point, Bowie's a formidable team. They've got some weapons. They've got a Florida State commit for Beach on their squad.
Godwin.
Caitlin Godwin.
Yep, Caitlin Godwin, yep.
They've got big middles. They've got a strong outside hitter. And, Miguel Sines is one of the best coaches in Austin. And the guy really knows how to pull the best out of a team. So we cannot think that they're going to roll over and give us anything easy tonight. Also, like you mentioned, they are definitely going to try to make their road better in the playoffs, okay? A win tonight puts them against a much I'm not gonna say a much easier seed, but it's gonna be a little bit more winnable path into the playoffs tonight.
Now, I'm watching these setters right now warm up for Bowie. Now everybody's going to take their success of trying to go pin to pin and pass the ball across. And my big key tonight is how quickly can our blockers get over, and can we take them out of system enough so that they can't make those passes very easily?
Yeah, that's a good.
That's what teams are just going to do now. We got to figure out a way to beat that.
Yeah, I think Coach was probably satisfied with our passing Friday night. We were able to run offense, but I agree. I think Hayes and Westlake both came with a little, the similarities in their approach was definitely spreading us out and trying to neutralize our middle. So, I think that's, the first round here, our middles ate everybody up. We had Block City going the first round of the district. And the second round, it's been a little tougher because coaches are, they're taking that spread approach.
And, see if Lake Travis gets creative with their offensive approach. And, it's the same ingredient as always. You make the first pass, generally it leads to good things. So, we see LT set a lot from the middle. I wonder if maybe we'll get more towards the sidelines, the boundary lines.
Yeah,
I think
we
a little further back. It's
you guys were talking a lot about where we getting a little predictable on our serve receive. We were going to the middle. Yeah, it's been our bread and butter, but teams started to really triple block us there. So pushing that to the pins a little more. So
setting's not easy. It's really to coordinate all that. That's the thing I find fascinating about the indoor game. This is way more structured than I thought. So
yeah, well, we have we have 6 senior leaders. 5 of which are, starters for this team. This is their night. I really, I'm looking for like Travis to come out and really set the tone early.
Yeah.
And what we didn't do well in Hayes, which, last Tuesday, what I want to see here, once we get a lead, let's extend that lead. Let's not let them back in the set.
So we had a senior night and Cardiva's night as well. I got a chance to do the PA announcing and send off here for these 8 seniors. Boy, that was tough.
Yeah, you did a great job, Mike.
Thanks. But we're going to take a break. We didn't actually take many actual breaks. So we'll step away here for a moment. We'll come back and get Mike Youngblood, Mike Biesecker, Bobby Jones in the house for KMAX Sports and Vype Media. We're going to take a break. You're listening to Lake Travis Cavalier Volleyball on KMAX Sports. We will be right back.
We hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. And while all of us at the KMAX Sports Network are huge football fans, we broadcast more than just football anymore. In fact, KMAX Sports proudly broadcasts volleyball, girls and boys basketball, softball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, and more. For more information on how you can help KMAX Sports broadcast any of those sports, just reach out to Chuck at KMAXSports.com or Merle at KMAXSports.com or contact that Sports Booster Club directly. KMAX Sports will gladly work with you and the booster clubs to get that team's broadcasts on the air. And if you're a fan of the other team, well, we can broadcast your team's games too. We realize that, yes, even in Texas, there's more to life than just football. KMAX Sports, bringing your teams to you for 14 years.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Do you love the game of football? Wish you could be part of the action? Then become a football official. The Austin Football Officials Association is actively seeking new members to officiate games all across Central Texas. The Austin Football Chapter of TASO The Texas Association of Sports Officials provides a 2-year training program for new members. Taught by a crew of veteran officials, these training classes meet each Monday night from July through November and include classroom and on-field instruction. You don't need to be an ex-player or a coach to become a great official and have a memorable officiating career. As our officials will tell you, working around student athletes at all levels of football is gratifying. Plus, you'll develop lifelong friendships with other officials who share your passion for the game. Officiating football is a great way to get into and stay in shape, be a positive role model for student athletes, retain your competitive edge, and earn additional income. Visit the Austin Football Officials Association online at afoa.ws for more information. That's afoa.ws.
From West Texas all the way to the Bayou and all points in between.
I saw miles and miles of Texas.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, bringing your teams to you.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet, covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPETexas.com. And also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
Sound off. Tell us what you think right here on Twitter at KMAX Sports.
And welcome back, Cavs Nation. You listen to Lake Travis Cavalier Volleyball on KMAX Sports. Mike Youngblood, Mike B. Secker, Bobby Jones, Coach Bourne dropping off our lineup. No to her. Okay. So I've got more work to do, guys, just beyond the mic. Go get them. So we're getting our lineups and introductions here in a little bit. We've got senior night, Cardivas night. We'll introduce them here in a little bit. Savannah McKenzie, not on the roster. So, okay, so I am scrambling all over the place to try to make sure we got all of our ducks in a row. Passed every test thus far.
What do I gotta hit?
It's photo time.
Okay.
The KMAC Photo Auto brought to you by our sponsors, Capital Title, Keller Williams Realty. There you go. Mike's trying to figure it out.
I'm not a selfie guy if you haven't noticed.
Just the right hand, just the appropriate.
I think we got it.
I figured it out. It took me like 3 or 4 years to make the proper L with the right hand.
I caught myself.
I mean,
Nice.
you see me on the beach. Sometimes you got to take me through step by step until I figure it out.
Well, I tell you another thing we want to look for tonight that I thought both Hayes and Westlake did to us, and our hitters started to get frustrated. They were not letting anything hit the floor, right? So they were digging everything. And Bowie's got, as you mentioned, they have a phenomenal libero. I shouldn't say that. She's an outside that plays back row. Caitlin Godwin, the beach player that's going to Florida State. Last time we played them, I thought she had a good match defensively, and we just can't get frustrated if they're extending rallies. We need to find our ways to terminate. I thought we've gotten a little bit into tipping a lot in the last couple of matches. I'd like us to get away from that and get back into swinging on out-of-system balls. But
right.
That's one thing I'm going to look for, see how aggressive Bowie's defense comes out tonight.
Well, Mike, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, tipping is a function of an offense that either feels stressed, not fresh, or out of season. Out of system. So when you look at the Lake Travis hitting arsenal, we've got multiple, and I've talked about it time and again, we spread the ball really well around the floor. That is given we're passing in system, which we were having a tough time doing in Westlake, and setting in system, which was also tough given the number of hands that were actually contacting the ball.
Yeah.
We rotated in 3 different setters. It made our offense just a touch, and I'm talking a sliver slower than it had been in previous weeks. And that's when you're talking about inch for inch. What we lost the last 3 sets by a total of 9 points.
When I went back and looked at the stats, I remember you mentioning that, and I don't think we did not spread it around quite as much as we had in the past. So To give you an example, Maddie had 39 targets or attempts.
Okay.
And Keely had 7.
Wow.
So, I think that, that's just something to look at where I think we got to make sure we are spreading it around enough, going to the hot hand. And I agree. I'm a kind of old school where if you can run a 5-1, I'd run a 5-1, one quarterback, one person to control the offense. If you have a lot of hitters and you want to run a 6-2 or your setter's not tall enough, that's good. When you start to get 3 different types of setters in there, it does start to make some adjustments for those hitters.
Exactly.
They have to adjust each setter's style,
Exactly. And again, when I say it was a sliver slower, it's just that extra, that 3% that it's that 3% that you can't really sacrifice against a fantastic Westlake team.
Yeah.
Any team that's going to be ranked top in the district that we're going for we're vying against for a district championship, we've got to make sure that we're limiting the amount of total cumulative errors possible in whatever form that takes.
Yep. It really is, high level volleyball is, it certainly is a game of errors, but it's a game of inches. It's really 1 or 2 point swing here or there, which is really a 2 to 4 point swing in rally scoring. That's a match right there. That's a 25-21 versus, losing 25-21 or winning 25-21. So against high-level teams, we have to be a little sharper. I like our warm-up right away. Out of the gate, I feel like, that the girls are hitting different types of shots.
Yep.
I hope they come out here with purpose tonight.
Yep. You're seeing some fresh legs out here, Mike J, MJ. I'm going to go to you
MJ,
for our 3 pregame key points, brother. What are yours? Mike B will go next, and then I'll bring up the rear.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
Well,
number 1 for me is play with energy, enthusiasm, and with some toughness. And, hey, that was a tough one. You've just taken 2 losses, and it is just about how you respond with intensity and focus. And this group's capable of that, but you understand as a coach sometimes that wavers, even without you knowing or with any unintended consequences. Hey, 2, pass the ball. If we pass the ball well and control it, we can get in a system and convert. And I think if we can control the ball, and this should be a very inspired night for this group to lock on in and hopefully end on a high note that, if we get the ball control going here. And, hey, set placement. Blake Travis can find the right way to set up the hitters to find the seams and put them in the best position to possibly convert. Boy, we're really tough to beat. But if any of that kind of drips a little bit, our ability to convert on those really suffers. So those are my 3s, and I might piggyback on a couple of yours.
Yeah, MJ. I'm going to go with MJ. I like the new nickname we got. We started with a good nickname tonight.
That's what they called me growing up, man.
I'm gonna start with mine that I've had all season. That everybody's probably tired of hearing me talk about, but I'm going to go to the hitting percentage of 200. So we hit above 200. And really, when you talk about hitting percentage, as you know, Bobby, that's not just the hitters. That's us being in system. Yep. That's us passing and playing at a high level. So, I'm back to that. Because of the last week, another key for me is going to be mental toughness, right? So we're gonna have some points in this match where the senior leaders are going to need to will themselves to win. And then the last piece for me is adjustments in the middle of this match, both by the setters, making sure they're setting the hot hand, and by coach potentially. Is there going to be a moment in this match where we're going to have to make some adjustments, to take control of the match? So those are my keys, Bobby.
Well, I covered up my answers, and you still got one of them. It must mean that great minds think alike, brother.
All right.
So listen, I would look for Lake Travis to go back to 1, maybe 2 setters. I think finding system is key overall, and part of that is not just having your great Kelsey Cohen passes, your great Taylor Rio passes, your great Kristen Claymire passes, but it's also going to be having the same set of hands on the ball so that the touch is the same, the feel is the same, and our hitters can get hot. Number 2, find who's hot. Like Mike B just said, we are very good at spreading the ball around the court, but in the late matches, we've struggled to have the offensive options to be able to find the hot hand, all right? So whether that's passing in system, setting in system, or queuing in on
who in rotation is delivering the kill. We got to get the job done. And number 3, we got to get back to good old-fashioned net patrol. Sasa Rudic and Cassidy Erie having a senior night. We need them to have 10 blocks each solo. Now, we've got to patrol the net and just have a blast. You know, when we're fresh-legged, moving side to side, transition stepping well, we seal blocks and we make people look average. We've been doing it all season long. I look for that tonight to be a big key for the Cavs' success, because more than anything, that's what we got to capitalize on, is what we are good at, and we are very good blockers.
Yeah, that's a great, I love your last point. I think that was our identity coming into this. The first broadcast, Mike, MJ, that I did with you, I didn't know you were going to ask me that question right out of the gate. You're like, what makes this team different? And I went right to our middle play, if you remember. And that's our identity, right? That's our, to me, that's been the staple. We have, 2 great blockers, and they block well as a team and as a unit, the whole front line. So I agree. That is a very good key, and I think we're going to have to keep an eye on that all night.
And,
Mike J?
Well, we are about I still got a broadcast match, plus we've got PA, so I'm trying to just compete like crazy to nail all of these. So we've got our lineups introductions coming up. It's Cardivas night. We'll have a moment to honor them. It is senior night, and you can see there's something. It's a sombering moment. This is the last home game for this group.
It is.
It's not going to be the last game by any stretch. I think we can go far if we believe.
No, and what I'm looking for, guys, is eight more matches this year, and 5 of them in the playoffs. Hopefully, we're going to do the broadcast for those. That's what we need to do to go to the state final. So, I looked a little at the district crossover. There's a chance we're going to cross over with New Braunfels. We can get to that in a second. But
Brain, Slater, Snow, K-Max Sports, and Vype Media will be there. So. We look forward to whatever lays in store as far as the future is concerned. This may be our last broadcast of the regular season, but we'll still I may do the Aikens game the following week, but we've got our lineups and introductions, and some guy is going to be doing it, so I don't know who he is, but he sounds like he knows what he's doing. So, all right.
I hope they're paying you double tonight, Mike.
Woo! Yeah.
I hope so, too.
All right, so I'm going to turn your guys' mics off. Don't get offended. All right. All right. Wait for our coach's final words here. Are we ready? All right, we good to go? All right, we're ready here? All right, tonight we would like to honor the Cardivas. If you please stand. Cardivas, a character club for 5th grade girls in Lake Travis, meeting after school on Thursdays. Cardivas exists to teach and encourage young girls that they are uniquely creative with a purpose, that they have integrity and worth, and something valuable to contribute. Organized by a team of moms and led by Lake Travis High School senior girl mentors, they combine weekly meetings, social events, and service to our community. This sisterhood of girls are making friends and learning how to be responsible, caring, and compassionate citizens. Give them a hand, please. Welcome to this volleyball game between the Lake Travis Cavaliers and the Bowie Bulldogs. You want to read the disclaimer here first? Okay, so this game is being conducted according to the rules and regulations of the University Interscholastic League. Regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, all the players have proven their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve athletic excellence. And we ask that as a spectator, you consider the time and effort that each of these teams, coaches, and athletes have put forth. Cheer these young athletes, applaud them, but do not, through any of your actions, cause them to doubt the value of athletics. By your conduct, allow these young people to feel pride in their communities and school. While your sportsmanlike actions may only play a small part of the outcome of this game, it will play a greater role in continuing to encourage competitive athletics. We also ask that you show your appreciation for the students who will be taking part indirectly in tonight's game. The cheerleaders, the pep squad, and the students who have supported their teams at home and away
These young people play an integral part in their team's success. The officials for this game have been mutually agreed upon school officials for both schools. Their role is not unlike those of players, coaches, teachers, and school administrators, and without them this game would not be possible. Their knowledge and application of the rules are a result of annual testing, years of study, and continual participation in clinics that further refine their understanding of the game. And we ask you as students, players, and citizens to demonstrate the kind of respect for these officials that you would extend to any dedicated person in a position of responsibility. That means as a fan, 1, you should not criticize the players on either team. Number 2, should not boo the officials. 3, should not have athletic beverages on public school grounds since it is a violation of state law. 4, be courteous to the visiting fans. 5, should cheer for your team. And 6, show respect for injured players on both teams. All right, after that, let's introduce the Bowie Bulldogs. Number 2, Katie Cole. Number 3, Sarah Israel. Number 4, Tara Clemens. Number 5, Kate Albee. Number 6, Caitlin Godwin. Number 7, Maya Johnson. Number 8, Mel Dobson. And number 9, Kristen Ham. Number 10, Evelyn Batista. Number 11, Ali Sacano. Number 12, Emily Swift. Number 14, Catherine Crossley. Number 15, McKenna Haynes. Number 16, Jenny McCarty. And number 20, Laura Starkey. Number 21, Gabby Bull. Number 23, Danielle Blackburn. And number 24, Victoria Carr. Head coach by Miguel Saenz, assisted by Vicki Benson, Ashlyn McGill, and Liz Wessel. And out for your Lake Travis Cavaliers. Number 1, Cassidy Erie. Number 2, Savannah Arredondo. Number 3, Abby Watts. Number 4, McKenna Eklund. Number 5, Kristen Claymeyer. Number 6, Carson Hempel. Number 21, Kelsey Cohen. Number 8, Claire Havens. Number 9, Keely Hamilton. Number 10, Jordan Hymas. Number 11, Sasha Rudick. Number 12, Taylor Rio. Number 14, Arden Biesecker. Number 15, Jamison Wheeler. And number 18, Madison Williams. And number 19, Sydney Thompson. And number 20, Ginger Baldwin. Managers Kate Korsick, Matthew Gomez, and head coach Brandis Borens, assisted by Taylor Morena, Jennifer DeFork, and Savannah Derrick. I think I may have got the order wrong, but if we'd like to, we will have, hey, Zach Miller here to sing our national anthem. Good luck.
And you see by the dawn's early light what's so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
Hey, man, you crushed it, bro. Crushed it. Good job.
All right. Now we can focus on the broadcast.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Big Mike J getting called in for big duty tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Well, that young man was phenomenal.
I really enjoyed the
I had to apologize because he was, before the match of trying to coordinate.
Yeah,
I just thought it was like a Bowie kid, like, hey, where should I sit? And I'm like, I don't know. I've got to do this. And then it's like, oh, this is the kid.
I saw the coaches looking over. I was like, but it worked out great.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
So, yeah, we've had a lot of really good people sing the anthem over the years. And, that kid, no exception. Nice job there by Zach Miller of the junior choir. All right, now we're here for the broadcast. See if I can remember how to do this. And, so here on the other side, here for Bowie, as on the floor is Gabby Bull, Caitlin Godwin, Emily Swift, Catherine Crossley, Jenny McCarty, and also Ellie Sacano. And on the floor for the Cavaliers, Sasha Rudick, Madison Williams, Kelsey Cohen, Kristen Claymeyer, James Wheeler, and McKenna Eklund. And how many players as far as seniors? 2 managers and 6 players, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I tell you, she's this is kind of what we started with Westlake. Instead of having Abby start setting, we have McKenna. Carson's not in, so McKenna's starting setting.
And Sakana will send it here at Cohen, and we'll start the game with an ace. And, hey, you got to get that first point out of the way. I think everybody's a little emotional about this.
Yeah, that was very uncharacteristic. Let's just get to the next point right here.
And everybody's kind of getting a chuckle on the floor, so I think we got it out of our systems. So here we go. Sakana sends it here at Cohen. Great pass here to Eklund behind the attack line. There comes Maddie down the line, cuts it off the ceiling, chasing for it twice, and that's going to be a kill on the left side for Maddie the Machine. Tied up at 1.
Good swing by Maddie. They went deep in the corner, tried to bring that back. A little hustle on the Bowie side, but better swing.
Here we go, 1-1. Kristen Claymeyer, the senior, launches, floats this one here on the left side of the net. Tucano sends it out here, left side Crossley sends it. Claymeyer with the dig. Got 5, more to go. Here comes Jams. Cuts it, received on the left side, set up here on the right side into the net. Point for the Cavaliers, now leading 2-1.
Well, gentlemen, we started off the evening talking about Kristen Claymeyer and her road to 1,000 digs. So she just added a new one to that stat.
Right.
Hopefully she gets the rest of them this evening.
And serve receive here for the Bowie Bulldogs. Pass here on the right side of the net. Set behind, attack right, tipped off the block. Claymeyer receives. Here's a set to Eklund here on the right side. Here comes the touch on over. And Maddie Williams, the senior, getting it done.
2 kills already tonight, Mike J.
Yeah, it's good to see Maddie get off to a good start. She's important. If she's going to be, we're going to feed her on the right side. She's going to have a good night.
Yep, she's an amazing producer for this program, my friend.
And here comes Claymeyer, line drive serve. We had some whoop on that one. Hit by Swift. Here comes the third. Drop shot clears the net. Hit back to the Cavaliers side. 1-arm save will be no good. Good effort by that kid, number 16, Jenny McCartney, laying out. And now Bowie's going to come here to play, but Cavaliers playing strong here at the start, up 4-1, and we have a timeout called by Miguel Saenz.
Mike B., who was that who had the lay down dig on this?
That was McKenna Eklund. And you know what?
Man.
She had, I was looking at the stats. She had 17 digs as a setter in that Westlake match. So,
really?
I think that could have been part of what Borum was trying to do with the change there. But she was digging the ball well. She picked up another great ball there.
Sure.
We're showing some good hustle on our side, and Miguel sensed that and called a quick timeout, Bobby.
Yep. Absolutely. Eklund brings a big game to the court. I mean, she's got nice hands. I really like Abby Watts touching the ball, but McKenna's got great hands. She's athletic, and she just showed why she's a value there.
All right, 4-1. Here comes the jump serve here by Claymeyer. Great spin on that one, received here near side, set up here to the left side. Hit on deep end. It's going to find the spot inside the line. Good touch there by Caitlin Godwin.
Bobby, you probably like that shot. That was a little bit of a beach roll to the deep corner by Caitlin.
You could definitely call it that. She's got beach shots for days and days, but, man, that was just great court vision.
That was. It was
shot
great.
shaping.
It was.
And
really shaping the ball to that.
Received by Jams, getting ready here for the set on the outside. Maddie gets down the line.
She
gets
cuts
far.
But, I mean, the right idea. You saw the blockers go right, set behind. Maddie had a clearance.
3 for
and
3.
A seam to go attack, but just a little far. Well, actually, they'll say it's a point for Cavaliers.
Yeah, a little touch on this side, MJ.
5-2. We're here courtside of the Cav Dome. Last home game received here by Bowie on the serve from Cohen. Here's the back row attack by Godwin and into the net. Point for the Cavaliers, now up 6-2.
So, you know, this is a nice run to get started here. What we want to do now is extend. They're making some unforced errors. Let's take advantage of it.
6-2. Cohen here from the left side of the court. Launches it deep court. Good pass inside the attack line. Set behind, gliding and into the net on the attack is Catherine Crossley. You know, good set, good approach, but I think probably a little late trying to get that ball over.
Yeah, and I think, you know, she saw a little bit of a wall up there. We talked about that as a key. I think she saw that wall, tried to make a little bit too hard of a cut shot there and into the net.
And Cohen's going to spin this one here to the far side of the court, left side. They'll send it on here to Maya Johnson, tipped off, received by Claymire. Here comes the set from the middle by Eklund, tipped over by Erie. Bowie's going to try to send it over on 2, and Catherine Crossley into the net. A lot of errors here for Bowie thus far, but, you know, Lake Travis kind of dictating that.
Yeah, we're putting some pressure on them. They're not playing at a very high level right now. Let's see how it goes.
Serve receive here by Evelyn Batista. Set here back row attack, drop shot. It'll save both Claymire and Cohen hustling for it. Going to be a point, a nice shot there.
So anybody in the gym watching who knows that that's a beach roll shot, right? You got to be able to time it. The way that she set that up, she got her feet under the ball quickly, reached up at max reach, max height, and put a lot of wrist on the end of that ball, man.
Received here by Eklund, set, tipped over, slapped by Erie, set from the middle here to the outside. Maya Johnson sends it deep. Down the line, defender Eklund up in the air. Claymire pass it here to Madison. Maddie gets it over.
Nice
Maddie
out
on
of
fire
system.
here for the Cavaliers.
Maddie's on fire, and that was a really nice out of system set by senior Kristen Claymire. Put that ball right where Maddie could put a good swing on it.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, Maddie, Mr. Cullen, man, she would be one fearsome beach player, brother.
9-3. And Hempel's going to send this one deep court, set in front of the net here to the attack of the outside. Maya Johnson can make swing, tip, one-arm save by Claymire. Set here to the right side. Here comes Savannah Oradanda with a drop.
Get up.
By Sakana. Shouts to the net. Cohen nearly pancaking that one, but hey, that's great. Cavaliers.
Yeah, Kristen laid out for that one. I'm seeing great energy on our side of the court right now. That was a great dig.
Well, going back to being fresh.
Yep.
These legs look fresh. Everybody looks like they're on the same page. I think we got our old Lake Travis squad back.
9-4, received here by Jams. Set here by Hempel inside the attack line. It'll float over here to Savannah Oradana on the left side. Hit deep court. Bowie in transfer. Hit there's Maya Johnson. Tip saved. Oh, Hempel got underneath that one with a pancake, but ball not able to pop up in the air. Good effort though.
Yeah. Savannah, hit a nice corner shot there. Senior, she's when she gets her chances, she's hitting above 200. She's doing a nice job when she's in there.
9-5, Cavaliers in serve receive. Jams touches this one here. Hempel bumps it up in the air. Savannah Oradana left side sends it middle deep court. Received here by Bowie. Comes the attack by Blackburn. Block back. Blackburn will slap it over. Here received by Hempel. Here comes a quick strike by Erie through the block and a kill for the Cavaliers.
Nice play. So again, we're seeing some adjustments here. Carson Hempel and McKenna Eklund setting. Abby's not setting right now. That could change. Nice play to the middle there. Cassie took advantage. She had a nice block in play during that rally, and then put it away with the kill.
All right. So I've been informed we've got one more dig for Kristen Claymire to get to 1,000.
Okay. Are we going to be able to stop the?
Thank you. And we could have it right here.
Do they want you to announce that, Mike?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
All right. Jenny McCarty on the serve, received here by Claymire. Oh. And that comes here to the broadcast table. And wish I could have bumped that one. Tell me locked in.
Let's watch this.
Get
So we were up 6. Now we're up 3. This is
kind of out.
Good eye,
that one goes in. I think that ball was out.
Yeah,
Called up at the line, stretch point here for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, this is what I want to see. Take these 4 or 5 point leads and extend them. Let's not let them back in the middle of these sets like we have the last couple evenings.
And it'll be Cass Fiore here on the serve. Floats it here middle of the floor.
Set from the middle here for the Bowie. Here to the outside. Hit by Crossley. Blocked back. Still here on the Bowie side. It'll be the back row third touch. Received here by Rio. Set by Hempel. Here comes Sasha with a drop. Pumped up in the air. Here comes the second touch. Back into play nearly off the light. And here comes the third one short. Received by Sasha. Pass by Hempel. Swung by Kristen and blocked back. And a little pushback here from Bowie.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to roll over.
Did you see who actually got that block on Bowie's side? Was that number 23 here?
I believe it was. Yeah, I believe so. 23.
Uh-oh.
And here comes the serve into the net, and an error by Bowie, and a point here for the Cavaliers, now up 12-8.
Yeah, that's Miguel can't like that, right? You get a little bit of momentum here, and first, side out serve right into the net. Let's see if we can take advantage.
And let's call it what it is. When you have an undersized team, you've got to be able to do the things sharper, the ball control things sharper, and a little bit better than the other squad.
And here's the serve received here by Bowie. Third touch received short. Pumped up here by Maddie. Set by Eklund. Big swing by Sasha. Blocked back. Here comes Rio. Pass over here. Here's a power tip over. Received here by Bowie. Hit on the left side. And just a bit too far past the serve line on the right back side for the Cavaliers. Point for LT.
And that's sort of the double-edged sword with falling in love with the beach roll shot in the indoor game. You've got to stay aggressive. You've got to keep a downward trajectory on the ball.
Eklund sends it here, hit to the outside, off balance, hit cuts it, received by Cohen here on the left side. Eklund on her horses here to get it. Kristen roll shots in deep court.
Nice,
set
big
from the
libero.
attack line, hit from the left side, drop block back, and pump that back up in the air. Now on the LT side, comes set, and here comes Kristen on the cut shot. Oh, it's a bit too far. Right idea. But just about maybe 3 inches past the line, a point for the Bowie Bulldogs.
Yeah, what I like right now, we have a good angle on the net. We are pressing well with our blocks. I feel like we're starting to put a little pressure on. I know that was one of your keys, Bobby, so we'll see how that continues.
13-9 received here by Cohen, set by Eklund. Here comes Maddie, and then into the net for the Bowie Bulldogs, now 10-13.
All right, right here, let's get a side out. This is what we've been kind of doing a little bit here. Let's get a side out.
Interesting.
And serve received here by Cohen, set by Eklund. Here comes Sasha. Drops over here at the first. Here's the jump set by Sukano. Hit by Crossley, received by Eklund and right back. Set here to the right side. Here comes Maddie with a rise and the smack. Once, twice, and off the basketball hoop. Good effort by Bowie. But got everything on that one, 14-10.
I'll tell you what, guys. Maddie has one of the best step closes in the game. What is that, you ask? Those are the last two, the penultimate step and the takeoff step in the approach. She closes to the ball really well. She gets up quick, and she delivers a thick, hard hit every time she takes that really aggressive approach.
14-10. Here's the stack shot here in the middle by Bowie. Hit on here left side, and we'll go to Jams over the block. Let's say that was tipped by Bowie. And a point for the Cavaliers as we pump up the Jams.
Great job here by James Wheel on her first kill of the night to actually transition back to the 10-foot line in the middle of the play and actually got her approach closed to the ball extremely fast that time.
Jump spin serve with some heat on that one. Set here by Sukano. Hit on the left side. Dug up by Claymire. Set here by Eklund. Hit on the right side off bounds. Hit by Maddie. Received. Chasing forward to Sukano. It's going to go behind the pin.
Wow.
And that's the fourth one. Okay, so we thought maybe it was it. So thankfully I have these people doing the stats for me and not me having to.
One more?
Yep, one more. Here comes Claymire on the serve. Sent middle of the floor. Is almost nearly an ace. Here comes the third touch by Swift. Pumped up here by Cohen. Set. Here comes Sasha. Sasha with the paintbrush.
Oh, that's
twice.
so good.
And nice quick touch there.
Yes!
1,000 deep for Kristen Claymire. And it leads to a kill for Maddie Williams.
Way to go, Kristen. That is one heck of an accomplishment.
Wow.
I don't believe she played libero in her 3-year varsity Letterman career. That is a lot of defense for an outside hitter.
17-10, Cavaliers up 7. And here we go. Line drive serves, great serve there by Double K. Set here by Sukano. tipped on over. Oh, little miscommunication. 17-10. Nice drop shot there by Bowie.
I think Kelsey Cohen wanted her to get the 1001 one right there.
It's like, just keep this train rolling.
Just keep it going, Kristen. Point Bowie.
Received here by Jams off the serve. Eklund with a set. Here comes the Wheeler in the sky with a kill on the left side of the net. Kaboom!
Boy, great set, Bobby. She put that right where she could.
I mean, that's the definition of a tempo set right there. Wheeler was already off the ground and contacted that perfectly for the kill, deep center court.
18-11. Cohen line drive serve and an ace for Kelsey Cohen.
Nice serve by Kelsey.
She's got a live whip, Mike B.
She does, and she's been serving well. Let's do more of this.
And here we go, Cohen keeping it rolling. Batista sets it here to Sakano, step behind, hit by Crossley, diagonal, good pass there by Eklund, high pass. We can go to Maddie. Maddie with some oomph on that one, tomahawked up in the air, swift pass, this one nearly out of pay. Maya hits it off the pin, Maya Johnson on the left side. And
well, Maddie won't get the kill there, guys, but she put the pressure on him enough to force an error.
Agreed.
Maddie's just
guys, I gotta recognize this Bulldog secondary back here. Their passing core. This libero is fantastic. Caitlin Godwin's putting up some great.
I'm sorry, I got to jump in here. Wheeler hits it here on the third touch here for the Cavaliers. 20-11, set by Sakana. Hit on the back row. Receive. Oh, that's going to drop the floor. But continue there, Bobby.
Yeah, this back row for the Bulldogs, man. They're placing balls well. And I'm telling you, this setter, number 11, what's
11 says Batista, or Ellie Sakano. T-S-U-K-N-O. So I do apologize
Sakano,
to the Bulldogs
yes.
if I get it wrong, but that's how it's a short serve
Nice.
received by Erie. Pass right to the middle. Beautiful pass. Right back to Erie.
Ooh,
Touch shot.
nice.
That power tip covered up by Bowie. Hit left side by Maya Johnson with the rear and sends it here to Claymire middle of the floor. Here comes Jam with the missile on the left side and pow. 21-12. Cavaliers rolling in set one.
Ladies and gentlemen, fire your DJ. We got all the jams you need in the Cav Dome all night long.
21-12. Carson, the Catalyst Temple, here on to serve, and she'll line it. Wet serve, covered up middle of the floor. Sakano jump sets. Here's a start. Kristen with a save and spun to the net. That was a tough one to dig up, but a good effort by the double K, Kristen Claymire.
I like this left side. I like this left-hander, number 14 on this side.
Catherine Crosby.
That's Catherine Crosby.
Freshman.
She's a freshman. Yeah,
she has got a live whip, gentlemen.
Yeah,
I would look for big things from her coming up in the future.
Absolutely.
Again, great setting by Sakana, man. Wow.
Serve receive now over, and Cohen lays off of that one in the last moment. Now 22-13.
Yeah, so Catherine Crosby, she sets a little bit for them, plays right side. She's a freshman. She's in Arden's class. They played some club ball together.
Okay.
Her older sister's a heck of a player. She's a starting middle at Davidson College.
Gotcha. Yep.
And she's
Curry
actually,
University.
Yeah, I'll tell a little more of that story.
Rio with Diamond Rio here on the serve, here left side. Hit on over by Black.
Yes.
Nearly saved by Cohen.
Good touch. But yeah, she's actually right now top 5 in the country in the NCAA in hitting percentage. Her sister at Davidson.
Wow. Mike, the stats beat sector. I got to find something better, but that's pretty close. Here's serve received by Claymire, set here by Hempler. Comes Erie with the strike.
Goodness.
Oh my Lord, that ball disappeared out of Travis County on that one, and got a beach coach here that's pretty fired up about that one.
Listen, when Cassidy Erie catches a hold of one in system like she did just now at that one tempo, it looks like SpaceX taking off. I mean, she put some lightning on the back of that ball, and it almost ended up in those rafters clear to the south side of the building.
I like the energy that our offense has right now. I really looking good first set here.
23-14, serve receive here on the right side. Set here in the middle, hit from the right side. Blackburn will touch the top of the tape and drop down. Point for the Cavaliers.
Ginger Baldwin with a deep float serve there. She's got a really cool action on her float serve. It makes the ball sort of jump levels as she touches the ball.
24-14, it'll be Baldwin here for the potential set point. Sends a diagonal and an ace for Ginger Baldwin, a close set one.
You called it, Bobby.
Yeah. When you have a great serve and you can make the ball rise and fall as it's going through the air, that's a dangerous serve. I look for Baldwin to stay in the serving lineup for sure. Tell us more about the setter.
Catherine. She's Catherine Crosley is the freshman there. you know, she's got a lot of potential. She's actually newer to the setting position. She started playing that in club. She's played right side, obviously, as a lefty.
Okay.
But she's got, her ceiling is very high, I think, very, very high. And I tell you what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing a little bit of our block back. I think we're putting pressure on them, making them make mistakes. And Bowie's offense, they just don't have a lot of terminators right now. I don't know if that's going to continue. I think, like you said, their back row and defense is playing some ball.
Right.
That libero and Godwin are getting to a lot of balls, but then once they get them up, they're having a hard time running a strong enough offense against us. So,
well, you saw a termination there a little bit ago.
That was either Crossley or there's Blackburn.
I'm sorry. The middle blocker, Danielle Blackburn, she had a rotation here on the right side. You saw her get up big and take a rip. I would look for Coach Miguel Signs to go back to some of his bigger players to try to contest the size of the block that you have right now. Godwin is an excellent shot craftswoman, but she's struggling to terminate from behind the 10-foot line.
Yep.
That's the game. It's a very difficult position to terminate from. And you've got Crossley on the sideline, but man, she's getting limited sets and really with the left side on the left arm up on this right side, that cross court angle, it's fun. It's a little bit hard, but when she does, she does. And
and I
she's
think
putting a lot of pressure on our defense.
I think Bowie's a team is trying to find themselves a little bit, guys. I know a few of the players on the team. Johnson on the right side or the outside. She's a converted middle blocker or middle blocker. So she's converting out right now. So you can see that a little bit in her approach. I mean, this is a team that lost a pretty large senior class last year of hitters. So they're trying to find those hitters that can put the ball away. You know, Godwin has probably been one of their more consistent hitters. She's an undersized outside,
of course,
but she can jump.
Absolutely.
She can get off the ground. But I do think our blocking is having an impact here. I think that they're putting the ball in the net because they're seeing a big wall up there. So let's see if we can continue that forward. And I like that score, that set. That'll work for me 2 more times.
All right. I got just a quick jump in here. Okay, thank you to our sponsors of this broadcast, Capital Title and Keller Williams Realty, bringing you Lake Travis Cavalier volleyball all season. And as we head to the playoffs, again, Capital Title, Keller Williams, thank you for your support. And thank you to Cavs Nation. If you want to drop us a line on Twitter, tweet us at KMAX Sports. And you can also tweet us at Vype ATX. So Cavaliers take set 1. We've got Mike Biesecker, Bobby Jones bringing the inside. I love it, guys. This is fun to have this group together specifically because now I can kind of take a rest sometimes, and it's like you guys can keep going, but learning
Mike,
stuff every set.
Mike, the stats. Mike, the stats B over here.
The sports information department, right there.
Yes, that's right. That's right. SID over here.
Yeah.
SID Mike MB.
I love it. All right, guys, we're getting.
I hope my wife's not listening because she'll know, like, what are you doing up there on the computer all night?
Just looking up
back to
stats.
serve.
And it'll be McKenna Eklund here on the serve for the Cavaliers. Now as we go from our left to right, set by Sakana here by Maya Johnson here to the left side, received by Eklund. Bumped here by Cohen, hit by Claymire. Down the line once, twice, and here comes the third. Touch over the lake. Jams the nail pass.
An amazing
Sasha with a kill. Sasha the Slayer in the middle for the Cavaliers.
Is that Sasha's first kill, I think,
I believe it is.
Yeah, I'd like to see her. I like us to get her moving again. I think, I'd like to feed her a little bit, and especially for this playoff run. We want her playing with the confidence she was most of this season.
I agree. She's a difference maker. And again, we talked about that middle core that patrols and controls the net between Madison, Cassidy Erie, Sasha, and then of course even with our setters, now McKenna Eklund is seeing some serious score time, and of course Jams. I mean, you've got a rotation on the floor that can really, really, really give some undersized teams and even comparable sized teams a run for their money.
Well, here in set 2, Cavaliers lead 1-0, and McKenna Eklund will set it here, middle of the floor. Batista bumps. Here comes the middle attack. Received by Eklund. Cohen there to hustle for it. Kristen adjusts midair. Toss it on over. Here's the touch on 2. Blocked by Rudick. And set from the middle. Try to dump it off. Cohen there to save the day. Eklund sends it across the floor. Two-handed touch there by Claymire. Set from the middle by Sukano. Tip.
Oh, nice.
And a nice touch there by Victoria Carr. Senior middle for the Bowie Bulldogs.
That might have been the best
that's
rally.
A good volley back in
That was a good rally, Mike.
Yep.
That was maybe the best one of the night, and that was certainly the best offense we've seen from
Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 1-1. Janie McCarty going to be on to serve. Are we replacing the volleyball? Did I hit it too hard when I put that back into play, or did Maddie just beat the air out of that thing? We've
I
been
don't know.
hitting the ball pretty hard.
How's his whip, Bobby? Has he got one?
Mike's got a pretty powerful whip.
All right.
And here's a serve receive here by Claymire. Double K here on the right side. Lobs here.
Wow.
Bumped up in the air once. Here comes Batista with the second. Oh, the third, fourth, and that'll be a point for the Cavaliers.
Wow.
Great strike there by Kristen Claymire.
Great strike by Kristen, but as
Kelly
this
Sicano is
Absolutely electric. Getting the balls. Wow. And did you say she's a freshman?
Sukana's junior, 5'5" setter.
So I'll give you. I know that girl as well a little bit.
Oh, deep serve there by Claymire, received here by Batista. Big hit over by Bowie, received by Kristen. Set here by Eklund. Sasha clears it out. Hit over on two, saved one arm by Eklund. Bumped up here by Maddie, and Eklund will send this here on the third. Set to the middle. Set here. Touch shot to the corner, too far out. Good defense by the Cavaliers, covering everything.
Yeah, Eklund's been very active right now on defense, carrying forward from the Westlake mat. So Shikana, she's going to, I think it's called Shamaran University, a private school in Honolulu, to play DS for them.
Wow.
So she's committed.
Mike Biesecker, boys and girls. And it'll be a serving error, 3-2.
But I tell you, that I am impressed with Bowie's defense, and they you've got to keep if their offense gets going, they can give us a little bit of a fight here.
I agree.
Lob serve here, received that jam, set by Eklund. Here comes Maddie on the slide and through the block. The fiery Maddie the Machine cannot be denied, and just wailing on the ball tonight as she has all season. Point for the Cavaliers, 4-2.
Yeah, and I think with Maddie, she's a. If we were playing basketball, Mike J, she's a streaky shooter, right?
Yep.
She's when her confidence is up, she's hitting well.
And serve receive here by Bowie, bumped by Sukano. Here comes the hit by Crossley on the third touch and into the net. I mean, that's a tough thing, when you've got blockers in front like that. Maybe you think a little bit more as you're going up on your approach.
If I'm Coach Miguel, though, I'm saying, hey, if we don't get the ball in play, guys, then we don't give them a chance to make a mistake. Let's not. We got to get the ball above the net here a little bit.
5-2 serve receive, bumped here by Sukana. Nearly ought to play it to the up rep, and we'll go to the other side. Point here for the Cavaliers, 6-2.
Good start in both these sets, guys. I think it was 6-2 in the first one, pretty close to that as well.
And it'll be Cohen here on the serve, floats it here left side, beat Joss to the net.
Ooh,
nice sequence there, nice setup in the air.
Great one-handed
improvisational touch, point for the Bowie Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. It was a great one-handed set. Almost brought that back over the net, and nice play by Bowie.
All right, 6-3. Bulldogs back on the serve. We've got Mel Dobson hitting it over right-handed, floats it short, received by Claymire. Eklund with the set. Here comes Erie with the drop, and here in the corner, short. But passed around by Bowie. Touch shot left over, received by Jams. Pumped up here by Eklund on the set. Maddie off 1 foot, cuts it diagonal. Going to be overpassed. Wheeler was able to reach and touch that one, and a point for the Cavaliers, up 7-3. 7-3 Cavaliers, as we will have Abby Watts, Abby Gigawatts as we called her, the bank teller, helping the Cavaliers cash in on payday.
Well, we're back. We got the three setters going. It's working, so we'll see how it works here with the third one coming in.
Line drive serve. Now they'll set it to the right side down the line. Kelsey Cohen digging that ball up down the line. Here comes Jams, blocked back, covered it by Cohen. Great cover up. Here comes the roll shot here from Claymire. Hits hard. Ooh, and a kill from Kristen Claymire.
That's a nice
not
play.
Really the roll. She just wailed on that one, the back row.
That's a nice play. I like that we're adding the pipe, the back row attack into our offense a little bit.
Absolutely.
I really like that.
When you can catch a jumpy hitter like Kristen Claymire in that pipe area, man, she can put a lot of pressure on that middle back to defend.
8-3 here, received by Batista. Pass her to the right side, hit behind the attack line, and she's not able to clear the net. Caitlin Godwin.
That's 6 or 7 balls, unforced errors into the net by Bowie, uncharacteristic for Caitlin Godwin, and Miguel's making a move here, bringing another player in. That's probably a smart move right now. Just give her a little rest. She's a great player. She'll come back, but
all right, 9-3. It's going to be Abby Watts on the serve for the Cavaliers here on the right side. Floats it here.
Nice.
Received at left back. Pass out of play here to the left side. Cuts it diagonal. Received by Cohen. Set by Watts behind. Here comes Keeley Hamilton to the ball game. Drop shot, and we'll have a net violation. 12 point for the Cavaliers. And Keeley the killer with the point for Lake Travis Nation.
Yeah, and Abby's been serving well all year. I love to see the points when she's back there serving, but we seem to go on some nice runs when she's serving.
10-3 Watts. Sends it diagonal. Little spin there. And sometimes she gets that one inside the line. That one rolled just out.
First error I've ever seen Abby Watts miss on the serve.
She doesn't miss many, and I probably jinxed her right there. The old
yeah, way to go,
nice job,
Mike. Jeez, what did you do that for? Jinxing business. Go back to your stats. No, we're kidding, Mike. We're kidding. But Caitlin got right on the serve. And we'll send this one over, received by Cohen, set by Watts. Here comes Erie with a smash in the middle as, most of the court is covered by this pine here. The rest is covered by Lake Erie.
I think that's 3 kills for her on 3 swings. I mean, she might have had a couple tips, but, really, they look really in sync right now out of the middle.
11-4 Cavaliers up by 7 as Wheeler. Jamison will launch this one serve. Sends it down the line here on the right back side. Here comes the attack by Bowie. Saved in the air. Dug up overhanded. Here comes Keeley. Keeley cuts it. Tipped off the block. Set to the middle of the net by Bowie. Big swing. Oh, Jam's trying to reach out for it. And I believe that was Gabby Bull here in the middle. They've got some good size in the middle, Bowie does.
They do. I think most of their scoring right now is coming out of the middle. So that's key for them. So if they're out of system, it's hard to feed the middle. So we'll see how often they can do that tonight.
11-5, Cavaliers lead by 6 in serve receive. Here's Cohen with a great pass to Watts. Jump set. Big hit by Erie and a kill for the Cavaliers. Must be Cleveland, Ohio in 1969 because Lake Erie's on fire.
Cassidy Erie is taking big approaches there in the middle. You see her transitioning her footwork off back to the behind the 10-foot line, and you can tell as the pass is descending into the setter's hands, something bad's about to happen. You can feel the energy.
Well, you mentioned it, I think, last broadcast or maybe even the Westlake broadcast. She's got one of the quickest jumps I've seen out of the middle, and sometimes that can throw the middle blockers off. They think she's not going to get up there to get that, and she's so quick to the attack. I think the last 2 kills, she just beat the blockers to the ball. And when she's on and Sasha's on, and we're playing defense like this is when we're really, really hard to beat.
Yeah, Cassidy Erie is she's 5'11", 6 feet tall. She's got the reach of a girl who is 6'1". She has extremely long arms, long legs, and she gets that quick, that 2.5, 3 foot. She gets that step closed down quicker than anybody in the game. And with those extra long arms, she's able to get up top, like you said, beat the blocker, and find really nice angles. I mean, she's putting the ball down with pace at different angles. She does not have one shot.
Yeah, different angles. That's a good point.
She has 4 different angles.
And thank you to our sponsors, Capital Title, Keller Williams Realty. Out of the timeout, Cavaliers here in serve with beat Ginger Baldwin. Baby jump step serve, bump in the middle. Hit on our set overhand pick here by Watts. Here comes Arden Biesecker, cuts it, and going to be a kill for Arden as that one goes into the seats. 13-5, it's just getting started here for Arden Biesecker.
Mike B, they didn't give Arden any time to get nervous, man. She jumped right in and got a set right away.
Or as I call her, Arden Beast-Secker.
Oh, you got one for her. I like it. Good
trying to work on one
corner.
for everybody. And it's going to be a serve into the net, 13-6. I got the utility knife for Eklund, but I feel like there's got to be something better for McKenna, though. If that was a service error.
I tell you what we're doing well as a team is we're moving the ball around the court and hitting different positions and spots. I felt like the Hayes match, Coach mentioned it. We were trying to put the ball straight down. We're moving it around tonight. I like that.
And it'll be Sucano to send it here down the line. Received by Biesecker, set by Watts. We're going to Arden on the give and go. Drop shot covered down the line. Overpass. Cohen bumps in the air. Watts jump set. Sasha, big hit. Sends it deep corner. Great shot there by the Slayer.
That's a great example. I thought in the Hayes match we were trying to hit the 10-foot line. I mean, we were just coming off 8 matches where there was no blocks and everybody was putting the ball down. That deep flat shot, Bobby, out of the middle is really hard to defend, I think.
100%, especially when you have a girl like Sasha who gets her elbow real high, contacts the ball real high. at a Division I level and delivers hard power as well.
Set by Sucano, tipped off the block here for the Cavaliers. Cohen pass it here to left side. Biesecker is going to freebie this one. Here diagonal, set from the middle by Sucano. Tucked by Crossley.
Wow.
Oh, great dig up there by Ekman with the bend. Here comes Maddie with the drop. Batista with the receive short. Sucano sends it here left side. Off the block with Smaya Johnson.
Nice.
Set by Ekman on her horse. Here comes Arden. Arden Biesecker with the kill. The
Two
beast.
kills.
15-6.
Well, let me tell you what Lake Travis is doing better than a lot of teams right now. When the setter, aka McKenna Eklund in this case, gets the dig, the libero is translating up front to get the set seamlessly. She is absolutely right now. That's Kelsey Cohen. She's setting the ball extremely well off the platform, and we're getting some hitting options.
All right, set here by Sucano. We've got a volley back and forth. Maya Johnson with the last touch and be sent right in front of the Cavalier bench. It is 16-6.
Yeah, McKenna, I'm really impressed with her defense right now. And boy, we're playing defense at a high level. Let's keep it going here.
And it'll be McKenna Eklund sending it on over received here middle of the floor. Set here to the right side. Here comes the attack in the middle. Drop shot. Topped here and set by Eklund. Sasha through the block. Glides through the air and the Slayer. After making it happen for the Cavaliers.
I have 8 kills in total by our middles against no errors. That's exactly what we want to see out of our middle hitters tonight.
Absolutely, Mike.
Arden Biesecker in there, 2 for 2.
Eklund
2 for Tuesday.
Here's Sucano hit to the left side. Tipped off the block. Big swing by Maya Johnson. Eklund sets behind. Here comes Maddie the Machine down the line and tipped off the hands. Maya Johnson point for the Cavaliers.
We're in rhythm right now. You know, if I'm Coach Boren, I'm taking this set, putting this on this video, and if you want to get the girls to have some confidence going into the playoffs, this is beautiful volleyball right now.
All right, Cavaliers back here and serve. Eklund leading the charge here for the Cavaliers. 18-6 proceed. Middle of the floor set here by Sucano. Hit by Crossley. Tipped through the block. Rudick there got a hand on it, but tipped sideways and a point for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, their freshman, our freshman came out with 2 kills. Their freshman came back and said, not so fast.
I agree. And Crosley, man, she is deceptively.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
She's not deceptively small, but she plays much bigger than she is.
She's got really long arms.
Yeah.
Overhand dig there by Jams. Set here by Eklund. Maddie bringing the heat tonight for the Cavaliers.
Well, just the opposite of that, Bobby. There's nothing deceptive about Maddie's approach. She goes up there to try to terminate, but Catherine Crossley is very smooth. I think that's what it is.
Agreed.
Serve receive here by Batista. Set here by Sucano. Hit on the right side. Nearly dug up by the Cavaliers. Biesecker trying to reach for it, but
good swing by Catherine. You know, I think Arden was a little out of position there. You know, that ball could have been dug, but a good swing.
I got to disagree with you as I get my one disagreement per set.
There's one.
She got her elbow so high she was able to carve that ball around middle back.
Is that what it was? Okay,
it was an incredible shot by Crossley.
And serve receive here by Jams left side. Eklund sends it here to the Wheeler in the sky, and a point for the Cavaliers.
First double of the entire match.
First double. Yep. You know, that's okay.
That's why pencils have erasers.
Going back to your comment a second ago, Mike B. Madison Williams, like a freight train coming through there.
Oh yeah,
she's trying to
bad intentions.
She's trying to tear elbows out of sockets.
she comes in with bad intentions. Yeah, that might have been a father call there. It might have been a little tough on my daughter on that dig.
Well, you got to have high standards.
Got to have high standards, exactly.
But she does. She comes with bad intentions.
Cohen floats it, spinning serve here, received nearly overpassed, punched up in the air. Here comes the third touch here by Batista. Here we go, set here by Eklund. Here comes Maddie again. Maddie drop shots, overpassed. Erie with the smack. Again! Almost led over the net, but a great effort by that kid.
That was
Jenny McCarty laying
effort.
out and respect. Wow, that was a great play by Bowie, even though they didn't get the point.
Jenny McCarty with the second effort right there to literally just all she could do, any body part she could get up to dig that next ball.
Bumped here on the left side, into the net here on the attack.
I tell you one thing I like to see from Maddie and from our hitters, she kind of laid off that last ball. That was a ball where you go up there, you say, can I terminate or do I want to extend the rally? She decided to extend the rally. We ended up getting the point anyway. I like that hitting efficiency decision making.
22-9, received here by Batista, bumped up in the air by Sucano, hit on the left side, received here by Cohen, set by Eklund, hit by Erie, and inside the line. And the Bowie Bulldogs struggling to stay afloat in Lake Erie.
Man, where was this energy on Friday? I mean,
we're not allowed to lament, gentlemen.
I'm sorry.
Nope, I don't want to hear it.
We're not allowed to lament tonight.
to be here now, as Ramdas says.
Yeah,
All right,
you're right,
23-9 serve receive here, pumped up by McCarty. Set here by Sakata. Hit up in the air. Eklund there to receive it first near side. Will pass across here left side. Jam sends it deep. Floored. Set here by Sakata behind. Crossley tries to cut it. Eklund there. Dug it out of the net. Great dig up there by Cassidy Erie. Set here by Sakano. Hit on the right side. Into the net. I mean, that biggest play right there was Cassidy Erie, the beach player, digging that one out of the net. That could have easily been a point for Bowie.
Let me tell you something. The patience to sit and let the volleyball hit the net and fall down on your platform, that's big. That's high-level ball. I don't care who you are.
The Matrix, Cassidy Erie. Hit on the right side. Crossley sends it to Claymeyer. Digs it up. Pass it up here to Jams. It finds the seam of the power alley between the left back and the mid. And Jams gets .25. Cavaliers going to set 3. Way to go, guys.
That was a clean set of volleyball, guys. You know, and I tell you what, you see Cassidy make 1 or 2 or 3 plays every match where you're like, is that a middle making that play? You know, she is very athletic for a middle. But if I'm Coach Bourne, this is exactly what we wanted to see coming into this match. Let's finish them off in 3 now. That was a very clean set of volleyball right there.
Absolutely, guys. We talked about minimizing errors at the beginning of the game. Well, actually, we talked about that at the Westlake match.
Game,
yeah, we talked about that at the Westlake match. And we talked about our 3 keys that we wanted to hit tonight. So going back to the 3 keys that we really came away with, Mike J talked about coming out with energy. Check. We got energy right off the bat. Warm-up looked good. We looked confident. We looked like we got the bounce back in our step. Number 2, you talked about finding system. Spreading the ball around, finding hitters that are hot. I think we've done that.
Yep,
Kristen Claymeyer, hot out the gates. Sasha, Cassidy,
both middles,
hot out the gates. Exactly. Yep. Sasha, you got seven people with kills on the board for the Cavaliers. We're spreading the ball. We're finding who's hot.
Okay, it is time to go to our Cavs and college section. I had to make a trip this weekend, so normally this information's a little more fluid on your screen. But just updating you here, Audrey Scrafford. They went to a tournament of the UAA round robin this past weekend. They went 3-1. They lost to Emory, who I believe it was like ranked somewhere in the top 15 out of Division III. So and then they took wins against New York U, Rochester, and Carnegie Mellon. So
she's still playing at a high level, right? Her numbers.
I believe. I didn't get a chance to look at the scores specifically.
Is she a scores? Do you remember, is she a junior or sophomore?
She's a senior here, a senior outside hitter.
Yep.
We've got sophomore Leah Mulkey. They dropped the last match to Kentucky, who was ranked 18th in the country, or 16th, excuse me. They've had losses against Missouri as well the previous week. And I mean, SEC volleyball's pretty tough.
Absolutely.
And they're going to have a match against Florida on Friday. Again, all these games on ESPN Plus.
Nice.
And, you know, I would highly encourage, because Leah, I mean, you know, Alec Claymeyer was talking about, you know, how these young players grow up and look up to other players. I mean, Leah Mulkey was, I think, a hero for a lot of these kids. Absolutely. And Leah set a standard that was, as tough as that was to match, I think Kristen Claymeyer did it. And Skylar Besh, the Northwestern State Demons, winning over the weekend. 3-0 against Lamar. They're going to play Abilene Christian next Thursday. So that's our Cavs and college section. Not as detailed as we'd like to be, but you know, to my credit, I've been a little busy. So
yeah, and I tell you, you talked about those legends, and the first legend here that everybody looked up to was Amy Neal, and you know, Mike, I was going to share this with you later, but I did chat a little bit with her. And if she can make a broadcast, she'd love to come out to one of the broadcasts. So
yeah, it would be great to have her.
Whether it's Aikens or a playoff match this year, we'll look at it next year. But, you know, she's been following Lake Travis volleyball. She still lives in Austin, and I thought it would be great to get her perspective, you know, on some of the play by this.
Yeah, I would love to meet her, get her insight. I mean, I think that's something when if you're somebody, you see a legend standing there on the side, like, we're pretty good, but, I mean, we're not Amy Neal. And I think I'm pretty cool, but that's not that won't match. So we would highly encourage Amy Neal. She wants to come out and share her perspective. So first point on the board here for the Cavaliers in set 3 off a service error. And here we go. Won't stop till we're legends. Kristen Klemeyer here on the serve for the Cavs. And a jump serves this one over. Middle of the floor, received here by McCarty. Set here to the outside by Blackburn. Lobs it deep, received by Kristen. Nail pass here to Eklund. Here comes Maddie. Maddie tipped off the block, saved here to the back row. Circano sets behind. Hit diagonal by Crossley in front of the Cavalier bench. Point for the Cavs.
Yeah, what I like to see tonight, Mike, by Maddie, she had some really big kills in the Westlake match, but probably didn't hit as high a percentage as she would have liked. She's playing a little more under control on some of these out-of-system balls.
2-0 received here. Sukana tips up in the air. Oh, it's almost nearly an error, but here's the third touch by Bowie. Set here by Eklund. Hit by Sasha. Drop shot covered here by Crossley from the right side. And on to Blackburn. Blackburn, that's tipped off the block. That's saved by Jams. Jams at her feet, and we'll have, is that a double call?
Double call on Sasha, yeah. Yeah, middle blocker trying to set there, but
not always easy for the middles to have to do that. You don't do that very often.
Well, and you said when you were out there in beach, you realized how hard it is.
It is really difficult, and try to do it in game. I can't even imagine. So here comes Jams down the bench. Oh, what a laser diagonal!
Great swing by Jams. She's, right now we're clicking all cylinders. She had a nice off block save. Our defense is just really, really top shelf tonight, and and then our offense is a high level as well. So this is exactly what we want to see with Cavaliers heading into this playoff run.
3-1. It'll be Kelsey Cohen here on the serve. Sends it here by Batista. Set here by Sukana. Maya Johnson slaps it over. Kristen puts it up in the air. Set by McKenna. Eklund behind the line. Line shot, my lord. Jams is just.
She went hard cross court on that first one. They covered that up with a block, and then she went, deep line. We're really starting to show off a little bit now on our offense, I got to tell you.
4-1. Cohen here leading the charge. Received here by Blackburn. Jump set by Sukana. Crossley in the air. Great shot there between Eklund and Klemeyer.
Nice swing by Catherine Crossley. The freshman is making some really nice plays out there. I mean, the future's really bright for Bowie. They're a pretty young team in general. They have some sophomores and juniors. We're gonna see them next year as well.
4-2. Serve receive here up overhanded here by Cohen. Set here by Eklund. Here comes. Oh my God! Pump up the Jams.
Jams is putting on a clinic right now. I gotta tell you, it's she's pulling. She's hitting it at all different angles. She's really attacking the ball at the peak, as high as possible, and really nice swings.
5-2. Maddie here on the serve, sends it down here to Blackburn. Set here by Crossley. Oh, Maddie with a dig diagonal. Go right back to Maddie behind line. Tipped off the block once, twice. Now here comes the third by Bowie. Cuts and receive. Diagonal Cohen set by Eklund here to the left side. Here comes the Wheeler in the sky. The drop shot. You cannot stop Jams Wheeler.
That's 4 kills in a row for Jams.
Just attacking that right back corner. It's been open, and Jams hitting it with a high efficiency tonight.
Well, guys, I just walked back in the gym. McKenna Eklund is literally blowing my mind with setting right now.
You should see it. His hair is on fire, folks. You can't tell because we're on the broadcast. We gotta put that out. Yeah, McKenna's doing a great job.
She's blowing my mind. She's stepping in. She's got a high point of contact. She's a tall kid. She's got long arms. And the ball
and a lefty,
and the ball is coming out spotless. Yeah. And I got to be honest. At first, I thought it was a little bit of
eerie,
beginner's luck.
Point here for the Bowie Bulldogs. Good strike, good block in the middle. I didn't see who that was, but a point for the Bowie Bulldogs, 6-4,
right in
set 3.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming. I see her mechanics. She's got solid mechanics, but man, she has a very high efficiency of setting. She does not double a lot of balls.
Yep.
But by Eklund, off balance into the up breath.
Yeah, so this is what Bowie did last match. So that I told you that Johnson, number 7 for Bowie, is transitioned to the outside. They brought her back to the middle. She's got 2 blocks in a row.
I'm super interested in the fact that she said that.
Pass one on over. Sorry, Kleymeyer's going to pass this one. Here comes the set from the middle. Nope. Hit on the right side. Cut diagonal. Maddie there in the back row passing this one across the floor. Here comes Kristen. Kristen knocks it over.
Into the net, dug out. No, that's going to be a point here for the
So
Cavaliers.
Bobby, you know the challenge with these kids that are 5'9" to 5'11".
Right.
They might have been tall early, and they start playing middle, and at some point they think about playing volleyball at the next level, and they transition. It's a tough thing to transition to the pins from middle. It really is.
Well, exactly. The footwork's completely different, and one of my listen, it's not a problem. It's just the nature of the game.
And
you become super specialized in one position, and go ahead.
Mike.
Point here for Taylor Rio, as she on the serve hit once, twice, and falls to the floor. So
Hey, Mike, I'll stop asking Bobby questions. Right
sorry, guys.
Got to do our job.
Here, the right side, hit on the right side, and tipped off the block.
Yep.
But I think we're all kind of immense in this game, and I don't blame you guys one bit. It's a great conversation that I have to go back and listen to the archives. Go, oh my God, I missed so much. So 8-6 point here for the Bowie Bulldogs. Maya Johnson here on the floor.
So Mike B, you talked about Ms. Johnson here transitioning from middle to outside. It is a different it is a different position.
From the right
great
side.
dig.
And great Erie with a shot here on the right side. Maya Johnson tried to dig that one up, and that passed out of bounds. Back on the Cavalier side, 9-6.
Cassidy showing her versatility, hitting a nice ball to the right side. Not a lot of middles can do that, and like we talked about, she's pretty athletic. But we'll keep getting to the technical side here in a sec.
9-6 would be Ginger Baldwin here on the serve for the Cavaliers. Here on the left side of the floor. Jump serve, sends it diagonal. Nice. Good pass there by McCarty. Set here by Crossley. The big windup in the hit. Dug up by Diamond Rio. Passed here by Maddie Williams. Here comes the third by Ginger Baldwin. Set here to the net. Set here from the middle. Hit on the right side. Blocked tip in the air. Saved here by the Cavaliers. Baldwin passed to the right side. Maddie with a big hit. Finds the seam. Maddie the machine.
It's about confidence with her. She really is a streak. When she goes up with those, as we said, bad intentions and swings freely, she's very difficult to stop.
She is confident, and it's a quiet confidence. You love seeing hitters like that, especially on the beach side, where she is absolutely dominate.
What was the call there?
I'm not sure. Did we have a double call? I guess that was sent back.
Not exactly sure. I think she went back for
9-7 out of the change.
Oh, that was weird.
Oh, Maddie was back row. She tacked it from inside the line.
Okay. Here received by P-Secker the ball game. Set here by Eklund. Put ahead here by Eklund. Brought back to P-Secker. Eklund on two. Once, twice. It's going to go over that. Smash by the Slayer. 10-7.
Number 16, Jenny McCarty for Coach Miguel Sainz Bulldogs. She is an absolute neo. She is
on her knees, digging everything, touching everything that comes her way, man. She is in the matrix for real.
Eklund, middle of the floor, set here to the outside. Hit on over down the line, received by Eklund. Bumped here by Cohen. Hit by Beeson. Block here on the left side.
3 for
played
3.
Well.
Yeah, I like that. I like that swing there. That was a ball she tried to tool the block. She knew she wasn't going to be able to hit the ground with it. I like that. I like that swing.
11-7, Eklund here on the serve, received and into the net. Actually here for the Cavs, 11-8.
Maybe McKenna's second missed serve I've ever seen.
Yeah, we're doing a pretty good job of that tonight as well. We don't have a lot of unforced errors from the service line.
Kate Albee on the serve, sends it here at Cohen. Pass high up in the air, Eklund underneath this one. Sets it up here for Maddie. Tip on over, covered by Bowie, passed around by Batista. Here comes Blackburn at the net. Touched here by Diamond Rio, set here by Eklund. Here comes Maddie. Maddie down the line, and gets the point. Smashing everything in sight. Get out of the way of M1000, Maddie the Machine.
Now, did you say that Maddie was committed to play somewhere?
I don't know if there was a commitment. I know what was listed as a college was Utah State.
I don't believe
have
she's
no
committed
idea
yet,
if that.
Bobby.
Wow.
So she's still looking.
Wow.
Comes a set here by Sakana. Hit on the right, left side. Dug up here by Beesecker. Overpassed. Hit in the middle. Saved by Cohen. Eklund here to the left side. Here comes the wheeler in the sky. And another field for chance. Nearly foot ducked by Sakano. Almost got him with the foot. But a point for the Cavaliers.
Number 10, Evelyn Batista on the backside in that libero jersey doing work. She gets her butt real low. She is absolutely methodical with her platform dig. Man, she's touching balls and making it real hard for some of these pin hitters for the Cavs to side out on the first try.
13-8, Cavaliers here in serve, receive, set here for the middle, hit, block, tip, and point for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, most of their points are coming out of the middle, guys, and I think that's where some of their upperclassmen are playing, and when we keep them out of system, they can't feed their middles, and that's their challenge tonight. But when they can, they're putting some balls away.
And serve receive here by Jams here on the near side. Pass here by Echo. We'll give it right back to Wheeler. Wheeler sends it. We're diagonal received by Batista. Hit, tipped on over. Let up covered here by Jams. Hit on the right side by Matty. Matty into the net point. Yeah, eventually Matty's going to... that was eventually going to happen. Matty has been just unbelievable, but couldn't quite clear the tape on that one. 13 to 10. Cavaliers ahead by 3, up 2 sets to none. As Batista will spin this one out of play. Good layoff by Wheeler.
I'm laughing over here because I'm just looking at Maddie Williams' mechanics. My mouth is watering because she would be such an amazing beach athlete, but I'm watching her on the indoor side of things just bring such a great backbone to this team. Every time she gets set, you have confidence in what she's about to do, and she delivers such a heavy ball.
Maya Johnson in the net from the third touch. They counted it down. So.
Yeah, that ball there we were just talking about. That's one of the harder balls for that middle hitter to try to transition outside out. An outside hitter has to hit those out of system balls, coming over your shoulder, different angles, and she struggled with that one right there.
Yeah.
15 to 10. Serve receive
nice
here by Blackburn. Sukana tipped on over by Swift. Bumped here by Cohen. Here to the right side. Here comes Matty with the approach. Matty with the hit. And a little too far. Are they saying, was that tip? Yeah, it was tip. Point for the Cavaliers.
Wow. Way to be aggressive. Guys, I want to shout out Danielle Blackburn right here for she's a middle blocker. They transitioned her to outside. She's playing outside right now. She's passing back row. She is 6'2", okay? Kid's a beach player. Plays a little bit around town, but she has an excellent touch on the ball. And is absolutely dangerous on that outside.
Bump here by Erie here left side. Wheeler blocked back, blocked out of bounds. Point for the Cavaliers.
Was that Erie that set that ball?
I think it was. That was a great dig by Kristen. Nice setup by Cassidy.
17 to 10.
Jams used the block well.
Kelsey Cohen on the serve, senior receive.
Nice serve.
And it's going to go behind the Bowie Bulldog bench. An ace for Kelsey Cohen. Cavaliers meeting in the middle, and
we've been talking about the seniors tonight. We're talking about the middles. We've been, Kristen had her 1,000th dig tonight. I still think Kelsey Cohen is really the quarterback of our defense on the back row, and she's having a really good evening.
She looks calm.
Batista sets. Here's Maya Johnson, tipped off the block. Somehow got past the Williams wall. I don't know how that happened. Point for the Cavaliers. Haven't gotten to say the Williams wall in a while. So. Yeah. 18 to 11 point for Bowie. Now, Bowie has had to go up against a good effort by Lake Travis, and they're fighting, but Cavaliers just having a little bit more tonight. Received here by Jam, set here by Eklund. Here comes Cassidy. Oh, my God, what a smash.
Smash down.
Smash City here as Bulldogs.
Goodness gracious.
Struggling to stay
Batista
afloat
taking
in
that
Lake
one
Erie.
off the left shoulder. Guys, if Batista wasn't half ninja, she might have gotten pegged in the chin on that one.
It might have been a six-pack.
And props to Cassidy Erie for hitting that ball 5-6 feet off the net. I mean, that was not a perfect set, but definitely in system.
Gigawatts sends it on over here from the Cavaliers. Received now by Cohen on the attack by Bowie. Here's a good set here to Jams. Jams tipped off the block. Nearly once, twice. And a point here for the Cavaliers. How many kills does Jams have tonight? It's got to be an absurd number.
Yeah, well, she had a great run. You know what, guys? What are we not seeing tonight that we saw the last two matches?
Confidence, I think.
What are we not seeing?
And we have our fans. We got a great energy and atmosphere tonight.
A third setter
here with Maya Johnson.
I like the trivia questions, Mike.
I mean, the biggest difference in that. Like tonight, we have all that momentum. It's a home floor. You have your fans with you. Yeah. I understand why you may not have had any in the last the match, and that's fine. Yep. I hope I wasn't too harsh to Cavs Nation, but
no, you were good.
I don't want to be too upset about the refs either, but we try to conduct our broadcast class. Cassidy Erie with a tip over, point for the Cavaliers.
Well, what I was about to say is we're not seeing tips. We're seeing swings tonight, and that's what I started to see in the middle of that Hayes match, the Westlake match. But I mean, everybody's coming here with the tensions of swinging aggressively. And part of that is the setters are putting the ball in great position, but I love the way we're swinging tonight.
Set here, send up here, passed around, nearly kept up in the air. I don't know how that one was live. Here, Watts is set in the middle. Cassidy Erie with the block back. Great hit by Cohen. B-Secker sends it across the floor, hit by Savannah Arredondo. And a point for the Bowie Bulldogs. But wow, that what a play there for the Cavs.
Great up by Kelsey. Great up.
Savannah Arredondo back in on the right side. Senior.
Received here by B-Secker, set by Watts, hit by Erie. Wow. The scene kept alive. Nice dig up there. Hitting and Watts this one short, but I mean, Erie hit that ball at McKenna Haynes so hard she fell backwards.
Yep.
Like, I don't care if you don't get the point out of that. That is demoralizing when you get a shot like that hit at you.
That's a
it
huge.
Just keeps coming right back down the well. And
She's playing with a lot of confidence. A lot of confidence. Let's see if we can get Savannah a few kills here, or get a kill here before the end of this match.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. 22-13. Ginger Baldwin, the serving specialist, back in.
Bunched around the floor. Here's the serve received by Bowie. Set here across the floor. Hit up, tipped, and point for Caitlin Godwin. Had to make an eraser right there for the Bowie Bulldogs. It gets it 22-14.
All right, Ginger Baldwin's going to stay in for a serve receive rep. Taylor Rio. Arden B-Secker, Beast Secker.
So kind of sense it at B-Secker will get an ace. And sorry, Arden. I think we might have jinxed you. Now I'm the one doing the jinxing.
You know what? We might. This might be. We might see this back row line next year, guys. These are three kids coming back. So.
Yep, absolutely.
See how it is. B-Secker. Spins it here to Watts. Hits to the right side. Here comes Savannah. Yes! Savannah's blocked back. Kept up in the air.
Get her one.
Comes Watts here to the left side. Here comes Arden. Arden sends it diagonal. Saved. And bumped up in the air. Hit here by Emily Swift.
Let's go.
Watts sets behind. Here comes Savannah. Trying to get it.
So close.
That's a tough one for Savannah to get her feet underneath. Really want to see this point. Get a kick, get a point.
They're trying. I like that. She deserves it. She's been in this program for 4 years.
Oh, she's a great kid. I love that kid.
22-16 received here by B-Secker. Pass around. Savannah.
Saved by Savannah.
Hit by Watts. Here's the freebie short. Bumped up in the air. Set here to the right side. Here comes the hit and into the net. Point for the Cavaliers. 23-16. And
oh, yes.
Still see if we can get a kill for Savannah Arredondo, but she'll take a seat. But yeah, hey, you know, I talked to Lauren and said, like, she really seems like the nicest kid you have in her program. It's like you have no idea. Yeah. It's like happy for that kid. They have to play a lot, but you need people that are good teammates and good people in your program every single day.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, if you guys know, I don't know if you remember this down in Pearland, though. You know, her memory probably for the year, she came in against Smithson Valley, Mike. I don't know if you were down there.
We talked a little bit about it.
And she had 3 kills in like 4 swings and the match point and lit it up.
Wow.
23-17 too strong. I watched that one because, you know, we've got a good video service here at Lake Travis, so we could get a subscription to it. And I had opportunity to watch a few of those matches just get prepped this year, and that was a great sight. I mean, that was a great moment for that team, or for this team, excuse me. 24-17, got a potential match point, and it's going to be Kristen Claymeyer, the senior.
That's fitting.
Out here to finish this off here for the Cavs potentially. 24-17, takes some dribbles. The senior Claymeyer throws it over. Received here by Batista, set here by Sakano, hit by Blackburn. Received here by Baldwin.
Oh, great up
pass across the other side. Batista's going to bump it up in the air. Here comes the hit on over, received, and that's going to be a point for the Bowie Bulldogs.
Sasha Rudish there caught in the dead middle of the net, holding the fort down by herself. Didn't get her block quite wide enough to seal that block, but excellent opportunity.
Hit by Batista, received by Jam, set by Ekman, hit by Sasha, and going to be out. Point for the Bowie Bulldogs, 24-19.
Yeah, and that was a great example. You know, that set was a little low, and Sasha couldn't fully extend. That's like the first time I've seen that all night. I mean, because the setting so well.
Batista going to line this one over, received here.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, Cavalier's not quite ready to walk off this floor yet, I see.
All right, Bowie.
Yeah, Bowie says, you know what? You guys are kind of, you know, putting a coronation here for your seniors. We're not done yet.
I agree. Well, guys, story of the night for me is Lake Travis working the ball around, refinding our energy, refinding our legs, refinding our rhythm.
Fresh.
You only saw 2 setters tonight hit the floor, Mike B, and I think that has a lot to do with consistency. And nothing against the third setter. We have 3 varsity level setters, probably 4 girls on this squad who could start at any, any 4 or 5A program. And you come into the gym here, and we're trying to work real hard to get them in the rotations.
24-20 Cavaliers service receive. Nail pass here by Cohen, set by Ekman. Here comes Maddie.
Maddie Williams!
Kill! Game! Set! Match! Cavaliers win 25-20 here on senior night. And it's Maddie Williams finishing off the Bowie Bulldogs to put up a great fight. Good job, Bulldogs. I mean, they played with great effort. There were a bunch of errors that they really couldn't convert on large because Cavaliers were playing strong tonight. And Cavs win. That's a siren song we sing. Go Cavaliers.
Yeah, that was nice, Mike. That was a nice win. I'm very happy for the senior class. Come back out here on the home court on senior night and play pretty much a flawless match of volleyball there.
Absolutely.
Got our energy back. The kids had springs in their legs. We were setting very well in system. Kelsey did a great job passing, and the team did a very good job passing. I can't really find much we didn't like about this. This is the way you got to protect your home, protect the Cav Dome, guys.
Well, and you see the celebration going on right now. These seniors are special. Their school loves them. Big shout out to Kristen Claymeyer, Madison Williams, Kelsey Cohen, Cassidy Erie, Sasha Rudich, Savannah Arredondo. Their senior night, their last home game in the Cavs uniform. We'll see what happens and unfolds in the playoffs. But guys, this was one of the better ways to go out. You love seeing the kids play hard. You love seeing the kids play athletic and to the best of their abilities. And you know what? Bowie made it interesting. It was absolutely not a rollover match. Bowie had 2 strong comebacks in the first set and the third set.
All right. So a tradition that we always have had. Nice job, Kristen. Nice job, Cass. A tradition that we always have here on senior night.
Mike?
So, Mike, I want you to. I'm sorry, Mr. Biesecker.
Yeah,
your mic's going to have to come off here.
Yep.
Nice. All right.
I think we're going to have to give this other mic to Coach when she comes over. Now, if you guys have anything you want to interject, here's our crowd mic so that you can still talk.
Great job, guys.
Let's see. Do we get Coach over here? Or she joining us, I hope. We got Sasha. We got Kelsey. Great job, guys. Maddie in the machine. There you go, Sasha. Savannah. All right, so we got almost everybody here. Let's see. Still want to get Coach Bourne. So why don't we take a timeout, prep this. We will be right back. So you're listening to Lake Travis Cavalier Volleyball. 25-20 is our final. We will just step away very quickly and be right back here with Coach Bourne. You're listening to Lake Travis Cavalier Volleyball. We'll be right back.
How's that one feel, guys? Pretty good?
Get in the game with Vype Media.
From West Texas all the way to the Bayou and all points in between.
I saw miles and miles of Texas.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, bringing your teams to you.
All right, so here's going to be, we're back here, so we'll go across the, oh my Lord, we're tangled up here, so. All right, so we got Coach Brandis Bourne, we got Bobby Jones hanging out here, so you're not you first, all right, who wants to be first? Okay, all right, dude, okay. All right, so
oh my gosh. That's going to be
Cassidy,
so sweaty.
leader of blocks, leader of nicknames. I mean, you snuck in as a sophomore and started playing, and you've been a part of this, from sophomore to junior to senior. Talk about your experience on these different teams and now being a leader of the squad and the pillar of this program. Nice job.
I think just a lot of it is knowing your role and knowing where you belong on the team. And I think it was a little bit hard for me at first as an underclassman, just coming in and not really getting to see that court that much, even as a junior. And so like coming in senior year, I know I had a big role to fill with seniors leaving and Maddie getting switched to right side where she's killing it.
Yeah.
And so I think just like wanting to fill that position was amazing, and like just stepping up to the challenge, knowing what I had to do.
What do you feel like you've made the most improvement on? Because I mean, I talk about you a lot as far as gradual progression, but like in your world, like what is it you feel like you've made the most progress with?
I think blocking has always been easier for me, so I think offensively I've grown a lot this season and just connecting with my setters and running a faster offense for sure.
Coach, I mean, you've been with this kid from day one. Like, talk about the impact that Lake Erie has had on the team.
You know, I think that Cass came in as one of our stud freshmen. She was instantly on our JV team as one of our starting middles. You know, we always knew she had great leadership. We talked about that in the off season. Coming into this year, how, you know, we were losing so many seniors last year. We knew that we were going to need this senior class to step up to get and reach some of our goals, trying to get past that first round of the playoffs. Cassidy sat down with us and was like, I'm going to be a blocking threat this year. And we've talked numerous times in the off season and in season right now. She's the best blocker in our gym, you know, whether it's in the game, in the practice. And we're just so excited that she's on our side and not the other team.
Yeah. That is, and you lead the team in nicknames besides jams. So I have fun trying to think up ideas. Some of them are home runs. Some of them I gotta work on.
You know, I love Cassidy's competitiveness. There's times where she gets angry, you know, just because there's so much fierce personality inside her. She wants to win every single game. But you know, that's what makes great competitors on our side. So we're lucky to have you, Cass.
Great job, Cass. You were a leader, and you said, I will go out of my comfort zone and do it first. So thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Well, why don't we give it to Kristen now? I'm sorry, you guys. You're going to have to wait because I'm going to give you your moment here in time. So, wow, what can I say about Kristen? I remember the first time I can remember watching you play was against Bowie your sophomore year, and I think, what is that kid out there? It's pretty smart, and you've gotten better every single step of the way. You are so much fun to broadcast. I'm
Thank you
very
so much.
proud of you. You're awesome, Kristen. So, you played multiple sports from the time you were a kid playing Little League Baseball. What was that like as a kid stepping around with the boys and saying, what's up? I thought that was the coolest thing I saw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just, like, when I was younger, played T-ball. I mean, a lot of kids start out there, but I just loved playing baseball with all the boys, and I wasn't intimidated by them at all. And I mean, they respected me for how I played with them. But it definitely made me tougher playing against all of them.
You know, I said that, you know, if Kristen played baseball, then Blakely's going to be playing baseball and football, and whatever Kristen did as a child is what Blakely's going to be doing right now.
The lacrosse team might need your help, the track team. I thought when I was coaching my team last year, can I borrow Kristen? Could she be an honorary student?
No,
I need some shooting.
she's mine.
Yeah, I'm not. That was a battle I was not expecting to win. So, if you're getting ready to play some beach ball next year at Houston Baptist, how exciting is that for you? I mean, I know the mission is right here, but you know, credit to you, you earned that spot and you worked your tail off for it. So, getting ready to play. I don't really have a question. I've just got a lot of statements, I guess. But it's very tough to answer that. But talk about some of your favorite experiences with this team, because you really took charge, and I think everybody has gone with your spirit, and you've led the way.
Yeah, I mean, just going into the season, we're super motivated to perform well. I mean, past years we've had pretty good preseason and regular season, and then the sophomore and junior year I was on varsity, we got out first round, but this year we're really trying to go a little further than that. We all are really motivating to each other in the season, so just the leadership we have with seniors and even juniors going down to the freshmen on our team is really helpful.
Brandis, when did you know this kid was for real? Like, from right out the gate?
Absolutely. She came to tryouts. We instantly put her on our JV team. You know, I love the videos of watching her play JV volleyball. She looks exactly the same. She
I do.
Exactly the same. She's not gained any weight whatsoever.
Yeah, that's actually it. My celebrations are a little more enthusiastic.
A little more refined. Like,
yes.
You're a process-driven person.
Just what an athlete. I mean, she can get to ball sideline to sideline. You know, the good sets and bad sets. You got some sand moves in there. You know, total package on our team. You know, I think that you're car diva, I mean FCA, your Sunday school teacher, I mean all around kid.
I mean, runs concession stand there some nights. I mean, it's going to sweep the floors after
this.
Great
parents behind her also.
I mean, it's doing everything. Bobby, anything you want to say? Because I know you've...
Well, Kristen, you've impressed, I think, a lot of people as an undersized outside hitter. There's no secret about that. You always come up with a way to either keep the ball in play, creatively or straight up jump up and swing the leather off the ball. How big of an impact has Beach made on your confidence, and how cool is it knowing that you get to represent Cav Nation at HBU next year as a freshman incumbent for the SAN program? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, like, just taking what I've learned in beach is really helpful. It just opens up so many more shots for me in the indoor game. And then I'm super excited because it's pretty much still a new sport to me, so I still have a lot to learn, and taking that to HBU is going to be really exciting for me.
Kristen Claymire, everybody. Awesome.
Can't wait to see what you bring in the playoffs, Kristen.
Yeah, we might be bringing K-Mac Nation to that. We'll see what we can do.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.
All right, we've got the International House of Pancakes, Kelsey Cohen. I don't know if that nickname will stick, but Kelsey, I'm sad that I never got to see you play before this year because you've been a ninja back there. It's like, holy smokes, you can't get past Kelsey. But talk about your experience as you got injured and had to kind of sit on the side. Do you feel like you really learned a lot having to watch this team play over the last year?
Yeah, I feel like I learned a ton because you can see a lot more watching on the sideline than you can like actually playing.
Tell me about it. Yeah, I learned something every night. So
yeah, so it helped me like learn the game in a different way than what I was used to. And I mean, it was really hard, but like all I wanted to do was get back on the court and like play with my team again. So that really motivated me.
Great story, Coach. Just talk about the impact Kelsey has in your gym every day.
You know, I think Kelsey is definitely a force on our side. You know, I've never seen somebody come back so fast from an ACL injury, you know, and it was, I mean, she had the surgery, she's walking like 2 days later. I'm like, what is happening? You know, but it's just because she has such this spirit inside her that she's going to give it her all. She's going to, you know, come from every adversity. She's going to bounce back, and she's going to set her mind, reach her goals, and that's why she's going to be really successful in her future. So, you know, every day it is a joy to coach Kelsey. She is a great service passer for us. You know, she's defensively so scrappy. You know, she's bossy on the court, and she like talks and tells people what to do. You know, just bringing that leadership out there just makes such a huge impact for us, and we are lucky she's on our team.
And you guys played fantastic tonight. I think you're getting back into the groove that we were in earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, whatever happened back there is whatever. But what do you feel like this team needs to do to continue to take that next step up? Because you guys are doing it, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that last week was a real eye-opener for us because we had been on a long winning streak. So it just like it kept us humble, kind of made us more hungry to like know that there's bigger things in Westlake and like bigger things. We want to do more than the district. We want to make a run in playoffs. So
kids are really well prepared for this interview. So hey, Kelsey, great job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Gus.
All right, it's time.
Sasha
the Smasher, the Slayer. Okay. All right, Sasha Ruding. Yes. I mean, you're a really bright kid, and you've made a tremendous amount of improvement. I mean, I get scared when I see her hit some of the balls the way you do, but this is Bobby's phone, by the way. Just talk about your rise up as far as junior year. You started to make some improvement. Then you took a huge leap up of confidence in your senior season.
My junior year, I wasn't on the court as much as I was like planning to be, but then that let me grow. That let me practice. That let me become the player that I am now. Now I'm able to go play in college, and now I took that huge leap in confidence. And I think it helps to have the team around me just super supportive, the coaches as well. That's what let me have that huge leap, and now that like it helps to love the game that you play.
Yeah, and you play with passion and with fire, and you know, one of the video I made, I just was laughing at the celebrations because I thought that's good heart right there. But you've had a lot of big moments here. You're gonna keep it rolling. Talk about some of your favorite experiences of being with this program, if you can. There's probably too many to list, I know. But
yeah, there's a lot. I just think that like mainly the biggest thing that comes to mind is the Westlake win, because we all came together and that was just so huge for us. Sorry, this is.
No, you're good. You're good.
And that was just a huge team moment for us. Other moments that I've loved was Pearland, getting to know everybody on the team, and honestly, just every day being in the gym with the girls has let me grow and love the family that I have.
Yeah, Coach, I mean, you see the Slayer every day. I hope you're not that. Okay. Cool.
No, it's okay.
Okay, cool. I just don't want to beat it into the grounds. But, talk about Sasha and where she's grown. Because, you had a great interview in the paper. I was like, that's smarter than a lot of adults I meet in the outside world. So, just her presence here for this team.
I think Sasha is, she came in as such a project, we saw the fire in her eyes. We knew that she was capable of doing so much, and we knew that with perseverance and with her hard work and her setting her own goals, that we could help her along that way. And we are not going to take full credit for Sasha's success. I mean, it was hard work in the off season, hard work in her club season, private lessons on the weekends, out and doing some sand when she had opportunities to do it. I mean, Sasha has put in so much work to be the beast that she is today, and we love that she put that time in. It's hard sitting on the bench being the 6'1" kiddo who is fiery and ready to get out there, and she had some great players play in front of her who hopefully molded her and helped her through those adversities. But Sasha is brilliant. She has so much just genuine heart, such a great soul, and we love that she's on our team.
Going to Providence, going to be a Friar. We look forward to having that updates in our Cavs and college section.
Yeah.
Hey, great job.
Thank you.
We're so proud of you, Sash. Love you.
We got to keep this train rolling. It's going to keep continuing. It's Savannah Arredondo.
Hey, Seth.
I know what I enjoyed watching was watching a set when we were watching that JV video. I was like, okay, I got to put this together, and I was like, this is so fun to watch you play. And you embody what being a good teammate is about. You've accepted your role, and it seems like you're about as nice a kid as you can ask for on this team. Well, that's not a question. I gotta talk about some of your favorite experiences with this team over the years.
Probably this year my favorite experience was playing Westlake. Just seeing the team, yes,
yep.
And how they played.
And I got to watch the film, thankfully, Smithson Valley, and it tore it up at the end of this one. Coach was going nuts. Talk about that match, because I know maybe I don't have enough to context what it may have meant to your team, but it certainly seemed like a defining moment within that early portion of the year that maybe got you over the hump a little bit.
That was day 2 of Pearland.
Yeah, that win, that play that Sav had kicked us into the gold bracket of Pearland, and it's just amazing that she's on our team.
So, what do you think? I was trying to remember what you were planning on post after a time here. Is
kinesiology, you baby. That's what I graduated in.
Oh, really?
Sports, physical therapy, right?
Therapy, yes.
Yeah, she wants to be a physical therapist. What inspired that?
My dad, he's an orthopedic surgeon, so I've always been interested in that field. And
Coach, I have a thing that I say to people. I said, I want to be nice to all these kids, because you never know, one day they might offer me a job. Let me run a company or something. So
there you go.
That's why I believe LT, because you might be employing us soon. So go out and achieve your goals. Don't do your best. Thank you, Savannah Arredondo.
Savannah, we love you.
Last and certainly not least, Maddie Williams. That was our first sponsor we ever had for our broadcast. And, he'd always walk by kind of looking at me like, what is this? And then, now it's all smiles and happiness. And I think he has to be proud. We're all proud of you. Holy smokes. You went from middle to the right side and have been just smashing the ball. What? I mean, you've taken even another further jump these last 5 games and just destroying us. You make any adjustments? Should Coach get in your head a little bit, or what's been leading this latest charge?
Well, really, it was over the summer I'd been working with my private coach Liz down at AJV, and she'd just been telling me over and over again. I've been working with her. It was slowly getting better, but it was getting better. And she was telling me on some things that just if I kept thinking about them, that one day they just snap.
Yeah.
So Coach kept telling me every day, every time I swung, you need to step to the ball, and that helped me remember what Liz taught me and everything. And it was a combination of the two that helped me. Just one day in practice, I literally went from swinging mediocre and it just snapped. It was so weird how how much higher I was swinging and everything, and I just could smash the ball better.
That's funny. That's actually one thing that we talk about on the sideline whenever you're playing. It's like the aggression to the ball and your ability to like step into any ball that's out of system and still put a lot of pace on it.
Yep.
That's a huge win for you. And honestly, you become one of these 5, 6, 7 weapons that this team has that are high level producer. I told him on the sideline tonight, I was like, man, I would die to have this kid play some beach volleyball. She's getting her feet to the ball so well. So compliments to you on that. Coach?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we love having Maddie on our team. You know, Maddie, this offseason, we said, Maddie, let's look at you on the right side. You know, you're such a dynamic blocker for us. You know, last year you played a lot of middle for us. I mean, if we can transition a middle to the pin, like, why not? And, you know, I mean, if you even watch, she can hit some outside balls as well. You know, I mean, she was crushing the outside ball on Westlake. You know, so, you know, I think just so much hard work has gone in, you know, in your game, Maddie, and we're just so proud of you.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
You have plans for college?
I'm planning.
Any plans to?
Oh,
sorry, I wasn't on the mic.
Any plans to play in college? Anything so far?
I have a few offers, but mainly I'm planning to attend Utah State right now. But I'm hoping as I go into the club season that I'll be able to get some more offers, maybe to places I want to go that are higher level, and I'm just really excited for what it's going to bring.
Yeah, they used to have a fantastic basketball coach, the Aggies of Utah State. They're pretty proud. They're a great fan base over there. So I don't think you'll make a poor choice whichever way you go, because you're playing at really hot. It's just like, I mean, everybody's playing. The way you guys hit tonight, it was just like.
We even threw her in the back row today, and she was like doing splits back there, making some digs.
Yes.
I always do the splits. But yeah,
but you got the ball up. We loved it.
Yeah. Whatever gets the job done, right? I mean, any other memories or moments that you want to share that were impactful to you to get you to this point? Because we still got a long way to go, hopefully.
We all remember senior Skylar Besh last year, who was insane and now starts at Northwestern. Like, she's insane. But I remember even before I came into high school, her and her parents would come up to me in club tournaments and talk to me all the time, say like how excited they were to have me. And it was so nice because it just showed me like how included I was and how I was being thought of even like at the middle school level. And I just like really appreciate her being for me all those years. And like I like bawled when I read her senior letter, but it was awesome.
So awesome.
Maddie, I think.
Maddie is known for quotes that she gives us. You know, she gives us daily and weekly quotes that's put up on our board.
Sounds like a creative writer.
We're like, she's going to write a novel, and I'm going to read it. Hopefully I'm not in it. No, I'm just kidding.
Madison Williams, awesome. It's truly been an honor to broadcast you. And
so proud of
we
you,
hope
Maddie.
that many more games.
Can't wait to see you in the playoffs.
Thank you so much.
All right, we got Cade. You guys are out here. I watched you guys pepper a little bit, and I wanted to push you out of the way. I said, no, not my turn. But I said,
you're getting better.
So, I mean, you've been a manager. Like, describe what that role is as a guy who plays, and then just trying to support and to help this team.
Okay, well, so obviously we can't go on the court because we're guys, so we can't play.
Be kind of party foul, but
yeah. So basically, we just help them out in practice, and we like challenge them with our athleticism and try to get them better and learn how to hit around the block.
Yeah, Kate is super scout team on that other side, and but then we're like, Kate, that's a girl's net.
Yeah.
We have to remind him of that. No, but Kate has been with us since day one, you know, coming here, and he said such a beautiful speech this morning. You want to say any of those words that you talked about?
Sure. Okay, so I was just saying how I have 2 older sisters, and they graduated and went to college before I was a freshman. So basically all of high school I haven't had my like real sisters, but I've had my volleyball sisters throughout these 4 years, and they've been with me the whole time, and it's been awesome.
So what I say about like our coaching sphere up here at Lake Travis, people that I consider like brothers and sisters of the cause of just, you know, like Bobby's like an older brother I'd never had that's way cooler than me. So, I mean, that's really good stuff. And in the moments that you want to share, because, yeah, it's a thankless job sometimes. I'm sure everybody here appreciates you, but any moments that stand out to you that were pretty cool or funny or amusing or anything?
Funny? Okay, last year, 2 years ago, I was peppering, and I kicked the ball and knocked Coach Bourne's salad all over herself, and I felt so bad afterwards.
It was like right before the game, and
yeah.
all in my face. It was a great moment. And now he's not allowed to pepper around me.
I've accidentally concussed a few people. But
Yeah, you have.
That's in the past.
Yeah, to try to move on and move forward.
I do have one question. You know, Kay talked about his favorite memory being his first year where we went 3 rounds deep in the playoffs. You know, how is this team characteristic of that team?
Oh, this team works so hard. Like, it's really obvious. And also, seniors lead the team, which is exactly what happened my freshman year.
Yeah.
So I would say that the most.
Hey, Dan.
Very cool. A lot of similarities, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as a high-end talent, you've got, I mean, we've said it every year. It's like, boy, it's going to be tough to top that last class. And now it's the 4th year in a row. So how are you going to beat this class now? But well, thank you so much for coming on, my man.
Yeah, thank you.
Glad to hear your story. I really, I see you guys like, what's with these dudes? Like, what are they? I mean, they're like, oh, okay, they would probably crush me right now.
Thanks, Kate, for all you do.
Thanks, man.
Last manager, last but not least.
And
Matthew.
Okay. Matthew. Well, I saw you out there smacking the ball out there. You're probably pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun.
You got a workout out there. Do you ever? I mean, like, yeah, I've sat here for 4 years, so by the time I got out there to play, I just, Bobby had to calm me down. But what's it like watching this team, and then just try to help them out any way that you can?
I think it's definitely just telling whenever they're making a mistake, hey, you got this, next one, just keep looking forward to like the next play. Don't let yourself shut down. I'm definitely always like encouraging the girls and telling them like they can do this. Like no matter what, like I've seen them come back from like huge. They were back behind and they came back, and like it's just really important to like encourage them and definitely like get them there so they can come back in those hard times.
Matthew is our hype squad on the bench.
Yeah.
When he's not giving his all, I'm like yelling at him, give us your all. And, he pumps them up. He not only watches for body language over there on the sideline, but he's like, hey, you're not cheering, calls them out. Everybody loves it. I love it because I don't have to watch the bench. When we have players kind of getting emotional, he has the perfect words to calm them down. And sometimes I don't want to talk to them in those moments, and but he is definitely one of our coaches on our staff. So
and you can see on your screen Matthew running on the
I
floor at
love
the end of
that
that.
picture.
I just love this image. I know I didn't want to create bulletin board material for Westlake, but it is such an iconic moment for.
Amazing.
I mean, I don't think they care, but okay. So if you're a smart guy, mechanical engineering, is that what you're going to pursue?
Yes, mechanical or civil.
Well, I mean, there's. Well, what do you want to pursue with that? Just what kind of engineering? Do you have any idea your long-term picture of what you're going to pursue?
I just know I definitely I'm a math and science guy.
Oh wow!
And I definitely just want to be working with the environment, and making the world a better place. That's all I really want to do. So, I think engineering is a great way to work with people and work with companies and just make the world a better place with environmentally, especially.
Mad respect, kid. That's a good pursuit.
Yeah.
Adults with that, well-roundedness to understand. So
yeah.
We got some bright kids here at LT.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a little
kids. Wow.
Bobby, didn't you graduate from here?
I
heard.
Way to bring it all the way back home. Way to bring it back home, Coach.
Matthew,
Matt,
we love
you. Thank you, man.
So
Thank you
so
for all you do.
much.
Great job. I know you bleed red and black, brother.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming on. We got through them all.
Seniors!
We got through them all.
Class
Here, want to take a heads up, Bobby?
Yeah.
Well, we are the last ones in the gym
Of
as
course,
Cade
Kate's
smacks
still
one on the
peppering.
slide.
Yep.
Look at that.
Yeah,
These guys love the game.
He wanted to go in the game tonight. I said that would forfeit our whole season, Cade. You can't do that.
I mean, a selfless guy. He turned that down. So.
What a cool accomplishment, Kristen, reaching 1,000 digs tonight.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad the official let us pause and celebrate that moment. What a great group of kids. We had a great senior breakfast this morning. We had car divas in the house tonight. It's surreal that we have no more home games.
Yeah.
No more special event. No more hospitality food.
Yeah, I'm really most sad about that. I mean, I love this team and everything, but the opportunity to get some free food before the game. I'm sorry. Nobody can take me away from LT. There's food here.
I think that's why John comes to every match.
Yeah.
Pictures.
Yeah.
He tells me that every time.
So, Coach.
I just want to shout out to our parents. They give their every single day, whether it's hospitality food.
Wow.
Annie Havens kills that hospitality room. Christy Rio, a booster president. Angie Wheeler, doing everything for our Little Sisters program to Car Divas program. Mindy Baldwin,
It
pictures
really takes
every single day, every single match.
Yep.
Wow.
It
we
really
are lucky here.
It really takes everybody. I know. When it comes to program building, you need hands helping each other everywhere. And I think that the fact that you have as many people, not just helping, but going beyond and above expectations to do the things that make this program work, or, whatever the result is at the end. This community is probably one of my favorites out of all the people I broadcast for, because it's just these people are not my friends, we're strangers, and now I have so many great people in my life because of Lake Travis Volleyball that they got a great group of parents here, and I certainly appreciate the opportunity that I've got to know them and everything that we do. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Tosa's making her way over here.
Yeah, let's
Does
get
this
Coach
work?
Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor.
Hey, Taylor. It's quite exciting times there on the sidelines. Talk about this senior group and what you've done as far as trying to get a message to them every day to get to their best.
Well, this senior group is so special. From the point that we lost our first playoff game last year, they have been on a mission to be better and be the best leaders that they could possibly be. And they sat in many meetings with us just stating this is our season and these are our goals, and they've accomplished almost every single one of them. So we don't really have to sit there and remind them all too often because they're so self-driven and so passionate about the game. So it's really impressive, and it's really lucky to have a senior group that's this competitive.
Can't say enough about them, and I think that's why I got really hyped for this group, is because we've had great players come through here, and some have been better players than others, but character-wise, they've all been really good, and got the right combination of character and talent and the right people around. That it's and you guys are certainly a big part of that.
Now you guys talked a lot about coming into the gym with one spirit, one energy, one mind. What was that? What was the wording that you guys used? You wanted everybody to be bought in. Everybody wanted to own. You wanted everybody in the gym to own it. How do you feel like this senior class really contributed to that?
I feel like any team's going to have bumpy times where we kind of forget the true purpose as to why we're out there. But I want to say last week was a huge eye-opener to why we're really here, and that this team loves each other more than anything. It's really admirable of them. And I think they all just remembered they love each other and they're here to win and be the best that they can possibly be. And I love that they were able to come out here after a tough week last week and really show that on senior night and be led to that through our seniors.
Absolutely.
And JV, I'm always setting up and scrambling, so I can't always pay as much attention. Talk about your JV season here with this here at Lake Travis.
Oh, our JV is some ballers, and I will tell you, we're not the biggest or the baddest or the biggest bangers, but I truly have 11 girls on that team who work their tails off every single day and are absolutely relentless. And I can't wait to see them come up through this program because they're going to be something special.
Wow.
Taylor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Taylor.
Coach Dufour.
Hi. Do you remember last year after that basketball girls loss in Hayes, and I just said, let's get ready for volleyball, let's go. So that was the moment there. I'm I can't wait for this. So
volleyball never stops. Never
stops. Talk about your observations with this team, because you're helping on all ends of the program. So I think you probably could be underappreciated, but you have an important role in facilitating with everybody, not just upperclassmen, underclassmen. Just talk about your experience with this group.
Well, this group has been really special to me. I actually coached these girls in middle school. I had them in 7th and 8th grade, and so then when we came to the high school together, I had several of them on my JV team, and they came in as freshmen, and they took charge of that JV team. Even as freshmen, they had a lot of leadership in that class. They did great things on the court. And, they've just been talking about this moment for years. And they've somewhat been patiently waiting for it, but they've also been preparing for it. And we talk a lot about culture. Coach Bourne talks a lot about culture and how these kids don't know anything but us and her and what the expectations are. And the buy-in has been there from this group, freshman all the way through senior year. So it's really paying off for them.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. He's just smacking the ball out there, and it's just very humorous. It's an empty
We got a
gym.
game going on in the back.
Coach, talk about the impact, because when you're a coaching staff, you know each other probably as well as anybody.
Oh, yeah.
You become a family, and with the same purpose.
Oh yeah, we've
you've got
had
a great
laughs,
group
we've
here.
had tears together. I mean, the moment that we lost in the playoffs against Reagan, we went back into the coaching office, cried a little, or a lot. I don't know.
I mean, that was such a tough one.
Yeah,
not just because there was a lot of different things about that game that were tough, not just the result.
And we came back as a coaching staff and reflected and went back to the drawing board of what does this class need for this coming up year. Every year you need a different game plan, and I think that we are just as successful as our coaching staff, and we put in so much hard work, so many long hours, so much time on the weekends and scouting, and and sometimes that goes unnoticed. But it's worth it in the end when we're getting the victories, when we're going those 13-0 runs in district play, and I wouldn't want any other staff.
Coach, can you tell us just a little bit about sort of that proud mama kind of feeling? You watch these kids, you help condition them at the beginning of their careers. What's it like seeing a senior class walk out of the gym on their last?
It's a pretty special feeling. I mean, I told them this morning that I could talk about them for hours. We've seen these kids fight. We've seen these kids, work through injuries, work through defeats, work through success. They go out, they train on their own. Some of them they're multi-sport athletes. And so volleyball comes first to them, though, and it is that family feeling. And so to see all the hard work that they've put in, all the hard work that their parents have put in, come to fruition for those kids, you just can't be more proud of them.
Chuck had a great question on the Lone Star Report last. You guys have any superstitions in a coaching staff? Any you want to share? Or we just nope. We're not gonna liven that. But any other moments that you want to share that
in the spirit of Halloween?
Yeah. Any other moments that you want to share that have been impactful to you, or the things that you've seen here for this team?
It's just a family atmosphere. I mean, the girls are with each other 24/7. They're with their families almost more than they're with each other more than they are with their families, and so it just is a big part of our success, because we've even talked about the team that ends up winning state isn't always the most talented team. That most of the time it's the team that is gelled the best, that plays together the best, that knows how to get in there and grind, and these girls know how to do that.
Got a heck of a staff here, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Coach DeFore.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, yeah. Congratulations.
Crazy. Sorry.
Well, we have cleared out just about everybody here in this gym.
Yes.
All right.
I like always being the last one standing.
Thank you for all y'all do. Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you very much. Hey, Coach.
Proud,
real quick, I got to
Coach
put you on the spot before I
Okay.
let you go.
Cool.
Got 2 beach volleyball courts out back.
Yes,
We got 2 beach volleyball courts out back that you
we are
helped
gonna
build.
We are going to have a signing. No, not a signing. We're going to have a ribbon cutting
Oh yeah.
party.
Party.
We are going to talk about that off the air and figure out when that's going to be. It's going to be amazing.
But I just
Thank
wanna-
you so much for your help on that.
Well, I want to congratulate you on spearheading something that I feel like is extremely unique for not only for a public school to do, but for a public school of this size to mount a campaign for the dollars that it took to build that, and the year and a half, 2 years of hard work to put that together. What vision did you see for that for your kids moving forward? Was it a special cross training tool, something to just be able to separate out, different techniques? What was your vision for that?
I think I love the part that we can tell college coaches that they're training indoor and they're training sand, and just gives them another avenue to not only play indoor college volleyball but sand volleyball. And I think that with the help of Bobby, Project Surf, with you, and getting the training that they need out there. It not only sets us up for this year in this program, but the littles that we have coming in, LTYA teams, the club teams that are going to start using and utilizing. It's just, I mean, we see people out there from the community on Saturdays out there playing.
Wow.
And I have to yell at them. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Get off our court.
Get off our court. That's our court.
That's
No, but it's just such a lifelong sport. I played lots of sand volleyball when I was in high school. I wasn't fortunate to have a sand trainer, because that wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of things that are different now that I think it's. Yeah, I mean, I look at it from my youth and I say, boy, we didn't have this, we had this, but it's so good to see that we're moving forward as a sport, as a school, in everything that is done here at Lake Travis. That's why I'm so proud to be here, because
we love having you.
Yeah, MJ.
So I found myself in a straight shot from Iowa to just like, okay, I hope I can figure something out, and all of a sudden, when I went from the darkest point of my life to sitting here on the sidelines, and it's just like nothing has been the same ever since. So
what a great
Cavs
story.
Nation made somewhat of a man out of me. So thank you guys so much.
We love having you, Mike.
All right, Coach,
Glad
we
to be in
will
here.
let you go.
Thank
you
you.
so much. Amazing job.
Thank you. I'm glad we kicked some butt tonight.
Great season, great job, great night, great
Thank you
singing
to the
night.
parents. We appreciate all y'all do.
Yep.
Our admin team here, our athletic directors, assistant athletic directors, couldn't make it possible without all that support. So
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Brandon.
Bye.
Wow, we got through this. This was an interesting day, a fantastic one. Sorry I did not go to the anthem first before doing the intros, but I think that worked out better. But that was a special night, and I can't believe this is the last home game for the seniors. But that means we've only got bigger games ahead.
Yes, sir.
Tentatively, this may be the last broadcast of our regular season. I know I won't be able to Friday because I'll be covering football. But I'll talk to folks here, see maybe next Tuesday. But we got to get out of here, Bob. We're the last ones here. We might see if anybody else got to interview.
All right,
here.
brother. Signing off.
Mike
K-Mac.
For Mike Biesecker, Bobby
Yes.
Jones, Chuck Licata, Merle Bertrand, Christina Weber, Suna Venkat, the entire K-Mac crew. We're signing off from Lake Travis here on senior night. We love you, Cavs Nation.
Nation.
Let's roll.
All right.
Let's go get it. Final of the night, 3-0 win for the Cavaliers over Bowie. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you at the next one.